This is the place for sports opinions collide. Dead End Sports. I'm your host. Can't get the damn mics right, Ken. Joining me, we got Sheldon.
What's happening?
We got Spike.
What up, though?
And returning, we have Nikki Duce and FIFO.
Yes, sir.
We was on vacation. We was doing some other shit. I was on vacation, graduation. I'm glad to be back, though. I know y'all niggas wanted to hear me talk about all types of shit y'all want to yell at me about.
It's just some of your basketball takes be out there, bro.
We gonna get to the basketball takes. Ken gotta just let me know when we ready.
We ready now because we can't.
We start late. All right,
long enough.
It's basketball episode, Lou. Sorry, I try to.
We got no draft talk.
They ain't got nothing to talk about. Not yet. I mean, everything that's happened. I'm happy Lamar got paid. You know what I'm saying?
Lamar said he going for 6,000 yards.
Lamar,
he did say that.
He said that with a blowout.
Man, chill, bro. With the blowout.
Hey, I ain't see that. I ain't see Lamar not relaxed since ever.
They got his money. He with it now.
They asked him, is he gonna get an agent now? He was like, for what?
Why? My money.
I had a theory that Baltimore was trying to get the media to make sure that he took a lesser deal because it sounded like he wasn't about to get shit.
Right.
I'm glad he got paid.
I just realized that they were in fucking Boston.
That's what makes it kick like this.
Yeah. But they about to come back. Here it go right here.
Yeah.
Bro, it's an 11-point game.
They're not coming back.
Bro, Harden jacking up shit again. Here it go. Watch.
I wanted to start off this episode with a pulling from our Dead End Sports group chat. Because we've had a discussion here. And I'm blaming this on B and Kyle because they be trying to throw subs at me personally. I feel like without really saying shit. Because every time we go to this Phoenix Denver series and Devin Booker go off, or even in the first round, they be like, "How come nobody's saying nothing about Devin Booker?" B always say that. If this is some other nigga, he got a lot of shit to say.
Windhorst was giving him his props. On one of the recent, I don't know what the name of the show is.
NBA Jump or whatever.
One of them shits. He said that Windhorst was saying, he said he thought about it before he said this, that Devin Booker's having one of the most historic performances in any round of the playoffs.
Don't we say that every season?
I will say, y'all do be quiet when Booker have a great game, though. I will.
Yeah. The overall.
Because we see him do that all the way up to the finals.
No.
Result in
Hold on.
Let's be real. I haven't prefaced the question, but I want FIFO to get his shit. I want to get FIFO to. Are you good, or you want to get to the conversation?
Go ahead.
The conversation we had in our Dead End Sports chat is between Devin. Obviously, I'm a huge Donovan Mitchell fan.
We know. Yes.
But the conversation is, and I asked this even in the Dead End Sports Reddit thread, who's the better player? I even just better player in general over the last 3 seasons, Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell. And that kind of seems to be a theme that we have in our chat whenever Devin Booker has a big game or Donovan Mitchell has a big game or something like that. And there seems to be a open vacant spot for the best shooting guard in the league. And those are the top 2, in my opinion, that keep on going back and forth on that title. But what say you, FIFO? We were talking in the chat. You randomly came into the chat. You don't. He popped up 3 times a year.
Like a deadbeat dad.
I'll be creeping. I said throughout the regular season, Donovan Mitchell kind of separated himself, right? And he looked like the best shooting guard in the league, regular season. Now, come playoff time, and this performance that Booker's having, coupled with the big performances we know Devin Booker to have in the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to front, you know what I'm saying? In the finals, he was okay. To me, it was more of a choke job on CP. Last year, the whole Luka Dallas thing, he choked. It happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't absolve him of that. But what we're seeing, this man is shooting like 60+%. We're not talking no big, we're not talking DeAndre Ayton. You know, we're not talking Shaq right at the rim with lobs and stuff like that. We're talking about this man's pulling up in transition 3. He did you see, what was it? I don't know if it was the game before when he shot the 3 over 2 people.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was the last game.
Yeah, and I'm talking about, bro, he not touching no rim. I'm talking about he's having games of 58%, 68%, 70% shooting. We have not seen anything like that. Not from a guy that shoots jump shots. Not a jump shooter. So this series, he's having a crazy series. And to me, this series is separating him from D. Mitch.
Okay. What about you?
No. I don't trust Devin Booker, bro. Like I said, we seen him go to the finals. I would put more on him than I would Chris Paul as far as that choke. And just because, like you're saying, Chris Paul is descending, bro. I don't expect him to lead me to anything. I expect him to assist me in being there and maybe doing his part.
But he was the reason why y'all went to the finals.
With a combination of Ayton and
Ayton
a deep bench that they traded for Kevin Durant. What I'm saying is,
but he was the leader, the unquestioned leader, and the difference, right? Because that roster was relatively the same.
Chris Paul?
Yeah, and then you added Chris Paul. And then you go to the finals.
Right.
So he was literally the missing piece.
And I don't feel comfortable
was the
enough.
piece.
I don't feel comfortable
Missing
enough
piece.
to continue with the guy that you're saying is the shit. I trade all my assets for Kevin Durant. Like, I don't think that Devin Booker is a dude that you're going to put all the eggs in his basket and be like, take me to a championship. It's great that he can shoot 60% and the things that he can do, but let's be real, he's doing that because Kevin Durant is there. If Kevin Durant went there, then we got him maybe shooting what,
Nah,
30%?
No.
We seen it last year in the finals.
He didn't make it in the finals last year.
How confident do you
last
feel?
year they lost.
Not last year.
You talking about the Western Conference Finals?
They lost in the second round last year, or was it the first round?
They lost in the
Semis, I think.
Yeah, in the semis.
Second round,
They
yeah.
lost in the second round to Dallas. It was the year before that they made the finals.
Even worse, right?
Not
Like, I can't
necessarily.
even depend on Devin Booker to get me to the
Look.
Western Conference Finals, but he's shooting 60%. Caveat with Kevin Durant on
go.
his team.
I put it to you like this. I don't think that we have a shooting guard in the NBA today that you could say, you are my lead dog, take me there.
Donovan Mitchell.
Nah.
You still don't.
No.
It's Donovan Mitchell.
It's neither
How
one
was it
of them.
Donovan Mitchell?
It's neither one of them.
If it wasn't for Donovan Mitchell,
Should have beat New York.
they should have.
His roster is better than any roster that he had in Utah.
Yeah.
Not as experienced, but more talent. But if you're that guy,
But it's also a young roster too.
I understand that. But you're that guy, and you have that experience.
Yeah, you got
You
talent
got
around
to
you.
beat New York.
Yeah,
I think we all can agree that Donovan Mitchell's playoff performance this year and last year has been kind of underwhelming based
Very.
off of the
it
talent
was
of
trash.
players.
Say it, Nick.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't trash.
This year was trash.
It was
This
trash.
year was trash.
It was
No,
trash.
But I still think he's
I'm
better than
I'm just talking about. I was talking about overall the season.
Nice.
But if you're just focused on the playoffs, then yeah, it's been very underwhelming. Ken, who do you got?
Between the 2 Devin Booker or Donovan. Man, I love them both, bro. And
I mean, ask you all that. I said,
know.
who
I'm
you
thinking.
got?
Give me a second, because I'm a big time D Mitch fan. Everybody has made the comparisons very much like Wade. I love everything Booker's doing. I think I'm gonna go with Book, man. Part of the reason why is that, I mean, regardless of who was or not on the team, I mean, they did play in the finals. He played very well in the finals. This year, they're missing Chris Paul, and it's really been all D Book, and KD is actually turned into Robin. They are double teaming Book off KD. They are willing to leave KD open to go double team Book on some of these possessions. That says a lot to me. That you're willing to let that guy who was an assassin go. But I think when they lost CP3, it looked like this thing was going to be a wrap. But D Book is having 20-point quarters, like double-digit quarters, everything. So he is basically making up for what they lost in CP3, whether it's 10, 14, but just his overall leadership. He's playing point. He's playing defense in certain spots. He did what he needed to do to get this team, this series back even. We saw what he did against the Clippers. Granted, they were without Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And then we saw and then KD's been playing like shit. Like he started.
He ain't been playing like shit. Don't.
Bro, he started like
he's
1 and
starting to
12.
struggle.
They had 100 points last
He's
year.
What
playing
I'm
in
talking about.
spurts. Like
Yeah.
he's
Well,
Shit
dominating
is a
little
huge
stretches.
extreme though.
Well, the thing about it is he struggled from the field, and
but it's a KD struggle. He's 11 for 19. That's a KD struggle.
But he hasn't been that though.
Yeah, he wasn't even
I understand that, but it's a
He's been drawing
like
fouls.
11 for
is how he
19
said it.
ain't shit.
KD was shooting like 13, 14 free throws a game. That's what's been saving.
He hasn't been efficient. Like in the game that Booker won for them in game 3, KD was like 2 for 12 from the field. Booker was on fire. KD warmed up and got going, but we haven't seen efficient KD yet. So, I understand KD being there definitely makes a difference, Spike, but the void of CP3, I think, diminishes some of what KD adds to the team because it's really a two-man game right now.
What about you, Shannon? Who you got? Between the two.
Between the two of them, I would say Devin Booker, because right now he's just more explosive and he's getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand, I do understand where you're coming from though, because I think Devin Booker has a lot less pressure right now. I do. Even though he's making things happen, he's always been talented with the basketball. It's not a question about talent. He has way more talent. But the leadership part that we talk about with Donovan Mitchell is the difference. Donovan Mitchell is a leader. It's just he didn't show up when they needed him to this year. So if you're talking about this year, Devin Booker get it all day.
Okay. For me, I've always thought about this question as interesting because I believe both of them were picked 13th overall in their draft class. Devin Booker was picked in 2015. Donovan Mitchell was picked in 2017. And I always had this issue about Devin Booker ever since that 70-point game he had. And I basically kind of broke him out to the NBA. Because I was like, oh, okay, he's good. What's his team doing? What's his impact on the team? So let's go through the history. Because when I say overall player, I mean impact as the individual for the team. I'm not talking about what the nigga is hot right now when he got KD and the All-Stars or whatever the fuck.
So we're talking about the last 3 years? You're going to look at the teams for the last 3 years?
You want me to go back further?
No, I'm asking you.
I just say the last 3 seasons because that's when that's the peak of Devin
Okay,
Booker.
okay.
It's the last 3 seasons, right?
I wouldn't do that. I did this year.
So that's why I said the last 3 seasons. But we can go back further.
Well,
Let's do a history lesson, Lou. If we're talking about the players,
You said last 3 seasons. That's why I was just asking we'll go ahead. Last 3 seasons. Go ahead.
last 3 seasons. I was just asking y'all the last 3 seasons because I want to get y'all perspective. For me, it goes deeper than that. It's from the start of their career to where they are now. What have they done for their team and how they've been used and their impact? And for me, since 2015, when Devin Booker was drafted by the Phoenix Suns,
We all know it was trash. We all know it was trash, bro.
Let's see how trash it was, because you like to call KD trash, so let's define trash.
We all know that they had 20
in
games winning season.
2015, they was 14th in the Western Conference with a 23-59 record. 2016-2017 season, 15th. They ain't make shit in the playoffs all the way up until, let's say you, FIFO, what happened in 2020 and the 2021 season? What was the biggest
You
thing?
talking about the bubble?
No, not the
They
bubble.
didn't even
The
make
bubble,
the
they didn't even make the playoffs in the bubble. That wasn't. It was
They
after
weren't
the
even
bubble.
invited to.
Yeah,
No, they played in the bubble.
they played. They played a
They
regular
won all
season.
their games in the bubble.
And then what did that lead
They
them
got
to?
kicked out.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
Yeah,
kicked
okay.
out.
And
But it
what
wasn't
happened was
because of
Chris Paul showed up in the Phoenix, and they went all the way to the NBA Finals as soon as he got there. They went from 10th in the West before that to 2nd in the Western Conference,
That's
losing to the
They
Bucks.
were 14, right?
Huh?
So they got up to 10.
50 to 40, 50 to 10, yeah.
Rise and improve, baby.
And Ayton, he had help too, because Ayton was the first overall pick in 2018, and we thought that was gonna do something. They didn't do shit until Chris Paul got there. So for me, Chris Paul is the savior of this current iteration of the Phoenix Suns. But when Donovan Mitchell got drafted to the Utah Jazz,
You had Rudy Gobert.
he had Rudy Gobert. You're right, he did. And Rudy Gobert was drafted, I think, in 2015 as well, something like that. They ain't make the playoffs for Rudy Gobert when he was there. Soon as Donovan Mitchell get there in 2017, as I said, 2017 season, 2016-2017 season, they lose and they get to the playoffs. They go from 9th in the West, they're not qualifying for 4 years before that he got there, to being competitive in the playoffs all the way up till he got traded. They lost. They went to the second round his first 2 years.
How they do in the finals?
Never made to the finals. Yeah, they didn't have a number 1 overall pick and a point guard on their team when they went to the finals.
I think the obvious thing here.
The summary of what I'm saying is that Donovan Mitchell, as soon as he got there, led his
Let me
team to
ask
the
you this.
playoffs and was the best player on his
Let-
team.
let- let me
Devin
ask you
Booker,
this.
for all that talent,
Let me ask
ain't
you
do a
this.
goddamn thing
Let
for
me
the
ask you
Phoenix
this.
Suns. He had to get a whole crippled ass nigga to hop on his back for the Phoenix Suns,
Nick.
and now he got KD. And you want me to be surprised
Nick.
that he throwing up 80% when he got the
you can't hype
greatest
for no
shooter of all,
Greatest scorer ever.
second greatest scorer of all time on his roster?
If you put Devin Booker on those Suns team, you would have the same thing.
No, if I put Donovan
Donovan
Mitchell, yeah,
Mitchell, no.
I mean, Donovan
agree.
Mitchell.
Yeah, I agree. If not, I think they actually
I
win
don't
the
agree with
finals.
that. I don't agree.
No,
I
if you
think they
put
would
Donovan
win.
Mitchell on those Suns team that Devin Booker had,
Yeah.
you would have the same thing.
Exactly. No, wait, hold on.
I don't think so.
Let me break it down.
Donovan Mitchell-
Let me break down. Let me
Yeah, you
because
would.
I wanted to ask you if you were looking at the actual roster, because when Donovan
Of course
Mitchell was
not.
drafted, that team was already a veteran team. Look at the
No,
roster.
You know
what
what?
is your point? What is your point?
So my point is,
Even that's a veteran team that didn't make the
Wait,
playoffs.
Listen.
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, Booker was drafted to a worse situation. You were talking
Than the
about-
Utah Jazz?
Yes. When D. Mitch was drafted to Utah, that roster was already an experienced roster full of veterans.
You know what they needed? A 1. That's not what Devin Booker is.
So what was five?
The
so what was-
difference between Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker is Donovan Mitchell is a 1. He's a solidified 1. Anywhere I go, any town I'm in, I'm the number 1 option. That ain't Devin Booker.
It's very questionable.
That's not Devin Booker.
And then if you talk about Donovan Mitchell going to the Cavs was a play-in team last season. Donovan Mitchell did a top 4 seed in the fucking
The
East.
Utah Jazz went to the playoffs the year before Donovan Mitchell
you.
got there.
Thank you.
What the okay? What year was that?
Thank you.
The stutter. You hear? You got choked.
I know. Thank you, Ken. Take your volume about 3 decibels down, my boy.
Okay. We can still have this
3.
conversation. Let's go.
No,
Okay,
that's
let's
what
go.
I'm saying. We can have
But
that
I think
conversation.
the very simple
right,
definition of this is we know Devin Booker is not a 1. Like Nick said, the points that he had when Chris Paul came to town, a true 1, a true point guard. Okay, I can lead you guys to the finals. When Kevin Durant comes to town, okay, a true 1, somebody that people are going to pay attention to. Devin Booker, a 2, can shoot 80% from the field because everybody's paying attention to the 1. Devin Booker is not a 1. Anywhere that Donovan Mitchell goes, he's the dude. That ain't happening for Devin Booker.
Look.
Round 1.
CP came to Phoenix because of Devin Booker, not DeAndre Ayton.
To
Right.
be number 1 because he knew he needed a 1.
No. CP was not the main guy on that team.
Yeah, he
it
was.
No, it wasn't. No,
On
it wasn't.
Phoenix team?
I will give you this. He was the leader of that team.
So they didn't have a
I'll give you
leader
that.
the whole time. Devin Booker said they never had a leader.
I'll give you this. I would give you, based off of their career where they are right now, I'll give you D. Mitch is a better leader. I'll give you that. I'll concede
He's
that.
a 1.
I would concede that. To me, Booker is also a 1. On that roster where they went to the finals, who was the leading scorer?
Let me ask
Who's
you.
been who's been the leading scorer? I want to say it was since his second year
What is-
with the Phoenix.
What does
Suns.
that got him before he got KD and CP?
Nick? Okay, so what it again? What they were drafted into was 2 completely different situations. D Book was drafted to a super trash team with no talent. No talent. Ask Earl Watson, which was the head coach. He had to go to ownership and said, "Yo, I know I can't even remember the player. Who's the guy that kept getting crossed up by Kyrie? Remember in
That's anybody.
No, the specific guy
talking about,
in the rookie sophomore game.
Oh, you talking about Brandon Knight?
Yes,
Yeah.
they just paid Brandon Knight. Just paid, not a super max contract, but we talking about 90, 100 million. And Earl Watson had to go to ownership and say, yeah, I'm not starting him. I'm starting D Book. Because that team was trash, Nick. And D Book
Elevated them to what?
He look, D
D-Book can hoop.
D Book's coming out party was in the bubble. Yeah, they won all their games. They didn't make the playoffs, but they won all their games. We saw the ascension of D Book, and that team was still trash. Still trash.
And he was their leader of the trash.
It's not. He's not the GM.
Okay.
They're 1.
What do you mean? Okay.
No, I'm saying is that, bro, when we talk about D Book scoring, like with both of them, they can score. Is it clear that they both can score? They're both scorers.
that's it, yeah.
Their best attribute is scoring,
That's
right?
it.
They both scored 70.
Neither one play defense.
I think Donovan Mitchell scored more, had a bigger career high than D Book, but both were 70-point scorers if they were super hot. So that's fine. That's a wash as far as their scoring. The same thing that D Book is doing with the Suns, I think if you switch it with Mitch, he's doing that, if not better. My thing is this, like when you see them with their teams, when they're the number one guy, how far do they go with a big man who's a high draft pick? Because Gobert was he was a first round pick. Am I right?
He was a lottery pick.
Yeah, so the first round pick, Ayton was number one overall, so that means he's at least supposed to be a franchise player.
But
so then
let me pause you there though.
What was that 5-year gap?
We saw Rudy Gobert become Defensive Player of the Year multiple times.
Okay.
What has DeAndre Ayton been?
Didn't he win Rookie of the Year?
What has DeAndre Ayton been?
He's been a Rookie of the Year, right?
Who?
Didn't DeAndre Ayton win Rookie of the
He
Year?
won Rookie of the Year over who? Who was in his draft class?
I'm just saying, bro.
Regardless.
I don't think he was rookie of the year.
Let's look at it.
I don't think he was Rookie of the Year either. But
I think that was a Luka draft, wasn't it?
No, let me see.
Was
You're
it?
right. But I
He was all rookie first
Yeah, it
team.
was Luka.
Okay, it was a Luka
Let me
draft.
ask you this.
Uh-huh.
How many ones throughout the NBA would you give up for Devin Booker? Like,
Number one draft picks?
nah. If you like Oklahoma City, are you giving up SGA for him? No. Like, if you Portland, are you giving up Lillard for him?
I don't know, bro.
I'm not giving it Shy up because he's younger.
That's
Well,
what I'm
he's younger.
saying.
He's younger and he plays. He affects the defensive side.
You probably could go through the majority of the NBA rosters right now, and you could compare Devin Booker to that one, and you'd be like, "Nah, I'm keeping the guy I got. I'm keeping the guy that I got."
But here's the thing.
Well, I'm just saying that about all the number ones. Any
I
number one,
wouldn't-
like even go to Indiana. Who they number one? The
Oh no, I'm
what's the dude name? You know who I'm talking about? Who they traded?
Halliburton.
Yeah, are you giving him up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not even close.
What you gonna win?
Huh?
What you gonna win?
Y'all
It's the same-
gotta pick
it's
an
the
argument,
same-
bro.
It's the
My
same-
argument, all my argument is that Devin Booker is not a true one. He's had to have ones on his team in order to be better.
Bro, you sound crazy.
And my argument is that
And
Donovan,
I'm asking,
my
where
argument is
can he go play
My
number
argument
one
is simple.
at?
Donovan Mitchell's better than Devin Booker. That's it.
In
I've
what
always
way?
been saying that's the constant thing.
So I kept asking you in the chat. In what way?
What was that?
What does he do better than D?
We just
Book?
talked about it. Did we not
What
talk
does
about
he
it?
do better?
Did we not talk? We said leadership.
What does he?
We didn't have a whole
Okay,
conversation
so I
about
gave you leadership.
Okay,
What else?
so that's all I need. You asked me you asked me one thing, and I gave you one thing. Now you want me to go through a whole litany of shit?
No, I'm just saying, like, because when we're talking about if somebody is decidedly better, right, and I'm giving you the platform to express why he is decidedly better.
I said that Donovan Mitchell, as the leader of his team, has consistently got his team to the playoffs when he was determined from his rookie year moving forward. Team has always been in the playoffs.
A playoff team without him.
Huh?
They almost made the playoffs without him, and they were a playoff team before he got there. The year before.
I'm saying as soon as he got there,
And the roster was better.
then he goes to the most talented team and loses to an inferior team in the first round.
he didn't go to the most talented team.
No,
he went to a better situation. I agree with that.
Okay, so the
And
Cleveland Cavs are a more talented team than the Utah teams were.
It's
Yes
a
or
better
no?
situation.
Are they more talented? Yes or no?
It's semantics.
It's not some.
It's
no,
the same
no,
thing.
no, because
I'm
I
agreeing.
want you to. I want you to be
saying-
extremely clear to what you're agreeing.
You
to.
saying for the team that he left and got traded to? Yes, it's a better team. It's a better team. Yes,
and they lost in the first round.
he got them to the point where no one thought that the Cavs would be that good.
I thought they were going to be that good.
With Donovan Mitchell, you thought they were going to be a top 4
because
seed.
they were super talented without him.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
They were a playing team.
They were. Listen to the words
That means
coming out
they
of my
had
mouth.
talent.
They had talent, but they're not super talented.
Yes,
That's what
they
he's
are.
saying.
He pushed him over the top.
He puts them over the top.
Darius
But
Garland
they were
is one of the
talented.
better young
Where was
guards
Garland in the
league.
playoffs? Where was Garland in the playoffs?
Darius Garland is one of the better young guards in the league.
Okay.
Evan Mobley, one of the best bigs in the league.
All defensive.
Jarrett Allen, one of the best defensive bigs in the league.
Okay.
So
What did they do in the playoffs?
What did D Mitch do in the playoffs?
I'm just saying.
Why didn't he lead them? Why didn't he lead
two
them?
things.
I will say this though: when you look at the playoffs, his numbers were glaring compared to those other guys.
I'm
They
saying
pretty
this.
much did-
I'm saying
they
two
would
things
hold-
can be true. He underperformed, and so did the rest of the Cavs.
They would.
But he's the leader.
He's the leader.
you.
Again, two things can be true. He underperformed, and so did the rest of the Cavs.
You can't
now,
put
now y'all talking. If y'all want to bring that up, we like
You
Lou
brought it
said
up.
when Lou. No, all I said was I agree with y'all that he
No,
underperformed.
you mentioned he was a leader.
No, I know.
then you
That's what
blamed
makes
it
him
on-
better than Book. And your book, that's what makes him better than them, right?
Exactly.
Nick, I
And-
will say that's your argument in most cases. You always point towards the leader when there's something fuck up. You always
Exactly, and
that's
that's
it.
why I never talk about Devin
So
Booker. I
why
talk
you
about
giving
Chris
them
Paul
wrong?
when it comes to the
So why you
Suns.
giving them wrong?
I gave
because your New
I
York
didn't give
Knicks
him.
beat him.
What rope did I give him?
You're giving him extreme rope because
When I say I'm disappointed and he had an underwhelming performance, what
did.
rope is that?
He had an underwhelming
I agree with y'all. I said the same
still
thing y'all
played
just said. All I said is regardless of that, he's still a better player than D Book.
in what way?
Let's move on.
He just said leadership.
Let's move on.
Like to me, that's not enough to
We
be
gonna
better.
we gonna see moving forward from their career moving forward. We gonna see who's the better leader, player, and all that other shit.
I don't know, bro, because I didn't like how D. Mitch played. Darius Garland played better than him in that series, so I'm gonna give him one more year.
in stretches.
I won't go that far. He got a lot of his points in garbage
Do
time.
you guys
so-
think that
Okay.
Booker could have took Cleveland to the second round?
Yes, on that team, yeah.
I
guess
told y'all
the
that
Knicks,
wasn't.
yeah.
I told y'all that wasn't gonna happen. The Knicks was 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did
They
pick
did it
the
one
Knicks.
better than 5.
I did too.
But yeah,
You said Knicks is 6 this round too.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Knicks is 7. They going against another superstar. You know what I'm saying?
He's superstar.
oh, here they come, y'all.
Oh, you said the first round they ain't
There
going
they go.
They still out.
I said
but
Donovan
Maxey
Mitchell's the best
taking
player on the series.
dumb
Right?
shots, even though he hit a couple.
No, it's over, Ken. These are
No,
backups. These are
8 seconds.
The crowd is left.
No, it's
It's over.
People walking.
no.
out.
Watch.
He said, "Watch,
Watch.
It's like,
Tobias gonna shoot
Hey,
a
that's
3.
That's
Since we-
15 in 3 minutes, and this not Golden State.
Yeah, they got their bench in. They Celtics have waved the white flag. It's over with.
they lose."
There you go. Here you go. Watch. Here you go.
We're talking about Phoenix, so let's. We talking about Devin Booker. Let's go with the second round series between them and Denver. Lou, are you surprised that the series is now tied up? Both teams couldn't win on the road. It's
I don't
now
know if
tied
I'm surprised that it's tied up because, I mean, from the hype that the Joker was getting all season, we kind of thought that he would be able to carry a 1 seed to a team that had a depleted bench and their number 1 is out. Ain't Chris Paul. So I think the Joker's been doing a good job. He's been hooping. Phoenix has been fighting through their depth problems, trying to stay in the game. I actually think it should be 3-1. I think Denver should be up 3-1 and trying to wrap this up with the next game.
So you are surprised.
I am surprised. I am surprised.
Did you call Chris Paul their number 1?
Yes.
he did.
It is the number 1.
He's not.
How in the hell? That
Number
man
1,
hasn't
sir.
played good all year.
It was really a shot at
He
Devin
hasn't played
Booker.
good since the
It was,
finals.
it was a shot at Devin
You mean
Booker
their
more so
leader?
than
Is that
Durant.
what you're trying to call?
Oh, yeah, that's
still
what
a-
it
that's
is.
still a-
Yeah.
that's still a-
Boom, here we go. I'm telling y'all, bro. I told
Hey, they
y'all.
coming back, kid.
They
I
ain't
tried
doing
to
shit.
tell y'all.
Yeah.
Ken, are you surprised the series is tied
They
up?
had to put Harden back in. Turnover. There we go. I told y'all, bro.
Look,
This
Doc-
is classic Philly.
Doc is.
This is
horribly
classic
upset.
Philly. You get you probably got timeouts. You let an 8-second happen. All right.
And now
They had to put Harden back in the game.
They
Bust it
hit
right there.
another
Boom. Oh shit.
Ken, if they had hit that,
Bro, this is what they do. Like they think the
But they're
game
not
is
gonna win-
over.
But they're not going to win the
They
game.
think the game is over. But
The
I'm
game-
just
the game is
oh,
over.
my bad. Anyway,
Yeah,
am I surprised? Yeah, no, I am honestly, and I think I was really concerned about the depth of Phoenix. Like when I looked, they don't have shit on the roster, or Monty wasn't playing them, but as I said in the chat, I got to give Monty props because he went and found Terrence Ross is good for an explosive game. If you follow the NBA, you know. He good for at least 30, 40, just out of nowhere. Warren, with confidence can score, but he is an offensive weapon. So I think Monty, coaching-wise, has actually managed to get more out of what looked like a bad bench than Malone. Malone has shortened his rotation all the way down to basically like 7.5 players because he put this white Christian Brown guy in. But for the most part, he's not getting as much out of his bench and his depth as we thought. So what we thought was an advantage isn't really turning into an advantage for him, and I think that falls more on Malone than it does on the team. Now, in terms of the starting 5, they have more talent and depth there, but yeah, and especially when CP3 went down. When they lost CP3, I was like, oh, these boys might be a gentleman's sweep or get swept. But I did not foresee Booker doing what he's been doing.
But you know what though, Ken? I don't think even CP is a difference in the game anymore. And I've been talking about the decline of CP ever since those finals. Like I definitely thought he choked in the finals. I thought he choked major against Dallas last year. And this year we're starting to see, if we're seeing LeBron decline physically, bro, CP is a shell of himself. CP is not hitting the same mid-range shots. CP looks slow. Like these guards in the NBA blow past them. Like CP doesn't have the same type of control of the game like he once did because he can't physically impact the game anymore. He can't stay in front of the guys. He can't play bigger offensive players at him being a defender. He like those advantages that you once had with CP, you don't have anymore. The only thing that CP still has is the same thing with every super smart player. His brain is still there. Yeah. He can still manipulate the game, so he can be effective in stretches, but physically, he's a relic.
Well, and he's still trying to adjust to almost being like a spot up shooter, like and just waiting for his shots. He even mentioned that like it's an adjustment for him. No, and I do agree with you, but he's still good for 13.
He is.
You know,
and he plays in the fourth quarter. That's where CP thrives, and that's where he was effective for that team. He doesn't do much first through third, but in the fourth quarter, they can count on him for a few key baskets and a few key assists. He does what they need him to do in the fourth, and that's what he does better than anything else, and that's what they need from him. The thing that's saving them is the fact that you are getting those minutes from Booker, and you are getting those minutes from KD. So if you ask him, am I surprised? Yes, I am surprised that they are tied at this point. But what I still think Denver has control. I said in the chat, they still have control of the series, in my opinion, because even though Phoenix seems to be knocking down some crazy shots with Booker, KD getting to the line like crazy, Denver is still in these games. They're right in the mix in these games. They're not pulling away like you think they were from watching these games. Watching these games, you think they had a huge advantage these last two games. But they never have.
Those are just the stats.
The
stats say that it's a gaudy game from Booker, but it's like you said, the point differential is not that big. And that's the reason why I was like, I'm surprised for Phoenix because it's like I didn't expect them to keep this output with the pressure of you have to keep this output.
Yeah,
like,
you got to do it.
If Booker doesn't score 35 plus, if KD don't score 25 plus, there is no. This is a blow. Like the first two games. The first two games is basically like it's a wrap.
100%.
So I think that again, I don't expect him to keep on scoring that high at rate with 70 or 60+% shooting. I don't think any player can keep that up. So
unless you're a center.
Yeah, unless you're a center. So it'll be interesting to see how because he's obviously got to go to game 6 now.
Well, I'll tell you this, Nick. As a shooter that can get in a rhythm, sometimes it's not just a game. Or sometimes it'll happen right where you'll be super hot for like a quarter or a moment. But when you are an extreme like level talent, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, Book is up there. D Mitch is up there too. You know what I'm saying? Like I put them all up there. But when we're talking about those guys, especially we're talking about scorers, sometimes it can go on for a week. Sometimes it could go on damn near for half a month where you're just that hot. Book is that hot. This will be the game to see because think about it. The first two games he was good, but he wasn't otherworldly. Right now, these two games, we'll see if he's able to take that momentum into the fifth game.
And on the road.
And on the road.
They haven't won no team has won on the road.
No.
Right. That's what's going to show up. There was no pressure to me in those first couple games for Phoenix. And I felt like it was easy for him to kind of get going because, like we said, they keyed on KD. The first game, you still had Chris Paul. And nobody's blaming Booker for nothing. So you just all you do is do what you do. Go out there and play basketball.
Go get buckets.
Play basketball.
Get buckets.
That's it. And he was able to do that. Second game, everybody just kind of counted him out.
That's a
Same
good point
thing.
because if they lose this series, then it's gonna be KD's fault.
It's gonna be KD.
Yeah.
It's gonna be KD's
Or Chris Paul.
because they already
nobody's gonna blame Booker.
Nobody's gonna blame Booker. I don't even think KD takes the blame.
No, they were bringing up those stats as far as his playoff record. Like it was like he's
And
like
I
1-9 or some shit.
I understand all that. To me, when I'm watching this Phoenix team and the amazing job that Monty is doing with what he has, they don't have the depth. You know what I'm saying? And you see it.
That's KD's fault.
That's
Traded.
that's not KD's fault. That's the organizational decision.
But we're gonna blame KD. Nobody's gonna say
blame like they ain't gonna
You
be
blame
like,
the best
it's
player.
GM's
We-
fault. Yeah.
As
You gonna
far
blame
as Phoenix is
KD?
concerned, we wanted KD. We traded for
We
KD.
gave
KD's not
this
the
stuff
best
for
player on
him.
the team.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, kid.
I'm not blaming KD.
But you gonna blame
personally.
KD if they did
Yeah.
lose too.
I'm not blaming KD. I just think it's a byproduct of acquiring him. Yes, I don't disagree there. This offseason is going to be very pivotal for James Jones to see how he feels out that roster, which they will because obviously they're a contender and people are going to want to go there on the cheap. So I have the utmost. I think James Jones is going to do a hell of a job. He already has. But when I'm watching this, it's a depth thing. Like you see Monty stagger Book and KD. He can't put them both out at the same time.
You didn't think there was pressure on them in Game 3?
In Game 3,
Okay.
I still don't think it was. I think it was somewhat, but at the same time, nobody expected
It was
them to win
pressure
that
on
game.
game 3, bro.
It wasn't as much.
I'm
as we
answering his
thought.
question. It was pressure in game 3.
Yeah.
think
You
so?
go
I
down.
still don't
you
think they
you
would.
go down 0-2 and you got KD, Booker, and Chris Paul.
But you got a built-in excuse. Booker's, Chris Paul is gone, but you at home, you got momentum.
ain't no
they don't care about that
So
shit.
if game 3 was on the road, I think it'd be more pressure.
Giannis
than
was hurting
anybody
that
else.
series. They still say Giannis choked and fucked up.
They don't think
what
about
that shit?
they don't think about excuses like that. They think that, oh shit, we cannot go down 3-0 or it's definitely over. And shit, even 3-1.
And what's crazy is it was almost that still. And it
Yeah,
should've
Denver
been.
made a hell of a comeback.
Yeah,
but I think Booker and KD did a good job of resuming control and winning that game. Even in the both of them, because I think Denver had control of Game 4. But I tell you, the adjustment Monty made was playing Landale over 8.
Oh, the white boy?
Yeah. I like it.
He hooped out. He balled out for them defensively, getting loose balls.
You got to put a crazy white boy on the white boy.
He
Yeah.
been playing down the stretch over.
He has.
You got
saw
to.
Aiden get mad at that too.
You
Chris
got to.
Paul tried to dap Aiden up. And he just like
Yeah, he all emotional, man. He be getting in his feelings, bro. He's
it shows.
soft, man.
It shows.
Like, get out there and play, because when they played Denver, wasn't he
They had that
playing
picture.
really, really well against a Joker?
Yeah, at one point.
So it's just like, what are you doing?
He just lost it, bro.
Bro, what are you doing? Like, you just soft.
Yeah,
like,
he,
you grab his balls.
he gets lost in the
He been
sauce.
like that since college. It's been his game.
Yeah,
He's
he,
not-
get-
I
he gets
mean,
lost in the sauce real.
He got
easily.
paid, so
Like, yeah.
it worked for him.
He
This
did.
Yeah, but if I'm cussing him out, bro. I done paid you to be over that
Monty
shit.
Williams already done cussed him out.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
They stopped the whole offseason talking from each other. They ain't even talk last offseason.
That's crazy. But that's the thing. You got to be a threat. You got to put pressure on Joker. And he doesn't
Yeah.
put pressure on Joker on the offensive end. Joker kind of chilling. It's like, I ain't really got to do much because he ain't doing nothing. He ain't trying. It's like, he ain't even
He
trying.
doing
right
push shots, and
Yeah.
he'll catch the ball, do a little hard spin move, and then try to lay it up.
it's-
You don't dunk that fucking
Man,
ball,
you don't
bro.
put Joker on his back a couple
looked-
times.
He looked like one of those dudes that Patrick Beverly was talking about when he was like 50% of the league
Yeah, don't love it.
Don't love to play basketball.
that's it.
They just-
36,
DeAndre
6, and
Ayton
12.
is
Bro,
in that
y'all
phase.
He's
tripping,
definitely in
That's
bro.
that's the improvement that I saw in Booker when Chris Paul went down. His assist rate went through the
yeah,
roof.
yeah.
He's getting the ball. He's making good decisions with the basketball. That's what a lot of basketball players, RJ Barrett,
Having
for
KD
example,
on your team
don't
do
do.
that.
They don't.
First of all, we gonna
they
get to
don't-
the. First of all, RJ Barry been balling this playoffs. So let's chill
Yeah,
out.
but they don't know how to get, and he's rebounding. The
And who
ball.
else shooting for the Knicks? Yeah. Let's get to them because I ain't talked Knicks basketball in a while.
Upset Knicks.
Let's get.
It still ain't no
Speaking
need to
of a continuous disappointment in teams, the Miami Heat versus New York Knicks. This is a. Let's give credit to the Miami Heat first and foremost because I don't think they're getting enough credit, at least in the national media, because the Knicks are a bigger market, so they're probably gonna focus on them. But Ken, 3 years ago, I tried to tell you, bro. In the bubble, he ain't think it was real. I said this nigga's a superstar.
Who?
Himmy Butler. I'm sorry, you're right.
Oh.
I forgot his. He changed his name.
Yeah, Himmy.
Himmy Butler. They haven't lost a game in the series since he got back. Ken, why has Miami been so dominant with only one superstar?
Well, one is they don't have a superstar, but they do have. There is a playoff Jimmy, and I think there is a difference between the two. When he loves the playoffs, but as I mentioned before on this program, we never talk about this motherfucker in the regular season. But he shows out in the playoffs, so I'll always give him that. But then I see what the Heat does, when he's out of the game, and they almost beat the Knicks without him. So
Almost
for
don't
me,
count, bro.
Hey, it counted enough because that tells
Denver
me
almost won them last couple games too, right, Shelton?
Yeah, they did.
Can see your student analysis.
that's so what that tells me is that Spo is a hell of a coach. He's always been given the credit, but that's one takeaway because Struss, fucking Gabe Vincent.
Bro, what is it? 7 or 8 undrafted.
It's not. It's
That
not
shit
even
makes
just
no
that.
fucking sense, bro.
It's their 3-point efficiency. You can't leave nobody open.
with no Tyler Hero.
We know Tyler here. You thought
That's,
Tyler.
that's the crazy part. You don't have your best shooter. So Nick, are you more disappointed in the Knicks or are you more
Can I
proud
get
of-
my final thing?
I'm sorry, Ken.
The biggest takeaway, and I'm not doing this because of you, brother. It's
Yes, you are.
this is just
Go
where
ahead.
I'm at because I don't pick on you about the Knicks.
You pick
but
on me on everything
the
else.
Knicks fucking suck.
That boy Julius Randle,
Bro, like,
that
first of all,
sorry.
Brunson tricked off game one because they were in control, and he even admitted, he was like, yeah, I sucked. That was terrible. But that was a game they should have won and actually had a lead. But the way the Knicks took out the Cavs, I was like, damn, the Knicks for a second shut I was like, damn, the Knicks might actually be good.
Yeah.
Man, they fooled the hell out of me, bro.
First of all, the Knicks are good because they're a deep playoff run. All right, the second round of playoffs. There's not a lot of teams that's making it here. I can name them for you, Ken. So and I saw it in the chat. They say the Knicks. Nah, you can't be a shitty team in the second round of playoffs. That's
You
my
can,
opinion.
you can.
How?
You can.
What team is shitty in the second round of playoffs?
Knicks.
That's the best one. Knicks. That's
Whatever.
the best call.
Yeah, the Cavs should not have lost to them.
No,
I'm
they shouldn't.
really.
They lost,
I know, but
feel
it really, to me,
and it was a handsome loss.
I know, and that was the thing. So that's why I'm like, that's why I'm
That's why
looking
I'm mad
at
at Booker.
Donovan Mitchell, a little differently,
Yeah.
bro. 'Cause I'm like, wait a minute, how the hell you let this team beat you?
Exactly.
Right,
It's a
right,
young
right.
team. You're still young.
No.
You the leader though.
Hey, he
Because
should have
look,
gave me a 40-point game or something.
100% because he's the best player
He did
on
the
the
first
floor.
game one. He dropped 38.
How many games they won that game?
You asked me about one
Did he do it
game.
again?
The crazy
Did he do it
thing
again?
is,
You said what?
there's only a 3-win difference between the Heat and the Knicks, so it's not. They're about the same record wise.
The Heat always, but
And
the
once
Heat
again,
underperformed.
that Heat team is not the same Heat team.
The
They're
Heat,
missing.
the Heat coast through the Heat. If you look again, I like to give them their flowers. The Heat over the last 3 seasons, since the bubble, they went to the NBA Finals in the bubble.
When the number one last year, or the year before?
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and they were almost a 3-point shot away from going back to the NBA Finals.
We didn't believe him then either.
We haven't believed them since.
Didn't they get swept
They were number
once
one
they came
seed.
out of the bubble?
They lost in the
Bucks swept them, right? Not last
Nah.
year, but the year before.
I think he was in 5 or it was a gentleman's suite or something like that. But I remember after the finals, they did not go that far.
Yeah,
the
it was
year
ugly.
after that,
Yeah.
but they went back to the Eastern Conference Final last season, and now they're poised to go back to the Eastern Conference. Like in a 4-year span, this roster, that team with that superstar, has done a lot, has dominated a lot. Probably more. They've been a better team over the last 4 years. Right now, what it's looking like, because since Boston lost to Philly today, they could have a better run than Boston over the last 4 years.
Yeah, the Bucks swept the Heat in 2001. We didn't hear him start then. And I don't think Jimmy was playing all that well in that one, if I remember
Jimmy
correctly.
playing well now, Ken. You
Yeah.
see how much a year changed. You went from D-Mitch to Devin Booker. So my thing is this. Shelton, did the Knicks overachieve or underachieve this season?
The Knicks definitely overachieved. To get where they are at this point, nobody expected them to be here, especially me. And now we're seeing where they really, really are. The bad part about that is you're going to hype up some of these guys that don't deserve all the credit that they get. Overtopping is not that guy.
I don't think he gets enough minutes.
He might need to play because them other motherfuckers.
I think they've been utilizing Obi Toppin wrong. But I'll wait till my turn to say that.
Yeah, RJ, same thing. And we already know Julius Randle is the main disappointment. When he's out, they're actually better. They're a better squad when he's out. And, you know, Brunson deserves a lot of credit because Brunson coming in has made all the difference in the world. It was smart to have Rick Brunson there to kind of cultivate that. So that's what I look at. But, yeah, they definitely overachieved because I wouldn't expect the Knicks to even be there.
Lou, you were anticipating the series before the even Knicks cast because you were like looking at this projecting like I would love to see the Miami Heat Knicks. Has it lived up to the billing that you thought it would be?
Absolutely not, because New York doesn't have a true. Jalen Brunson is is a star, but I just don't think that Julius Randle fits the bill. Like for this round, for this type of intensity, for the type of leader that the Knicks will lead, like Julius Randle's not that guy. And that's why they're down 3-1. They don't have anybody to go toe-for-toe with Jimmy Butler. Like, it looked good first round. You were able to overachieve. You're here getting second round. It's great for the city or whatnot. But now if you're starting to take account of what type of team that you have, if you really want to win, you got to figure out what the hell are we going to do with Julius Randle?
I don't even think he had that great of a first round.
Bro,
I think Brunson was.
It was a stat that said Julius Randle had 9 40-point games throughout the regular season. Jimmy Butler had 0. In the playoffs, Jimmy Butler had 8 40-point games. Julius Randle had 0.
What about you, FIFA? What's standing out to you the most about this series?
I'm going. I agree a lot with Ken, but I'm gonna take it a little step further. I think even beyond Spoelstra, right? Like I've been talking about the Heat culture, and it started with Pat Riley. The moment Pat Riley got there, that organization has been a winning organization, and it doesn't matter really about the names on the back of the jersey. It's all about culture. It's all about this is how we play, and it's so crazy because he's really been able to recreate the mentality and the hard-nosed style of the 80s and 90s into today's game. Because out of all these teams that I'm watching, nobody is more hard-nosed than that Miami Heat team. We saw the Milwaukee Bucks wither away and fire their coach. We've seen more talented teams like the Cavs just lose to an inferior team, in my opinion, talent-wise. But it doesn't matter, like with the Miami Heat, it's literally next man up. Tyler Hero goes out, okay, cool. We don't lose a beat. We start playing Duncan Robinson more. You know, Hemi Butler comes through with the fucking cape and looks like ridiculous. I can't remember what game it was against the Bucks where he started off the game, he was like 11 for 11 or some crazy shit like that, like in the first quarter. I think he had like 21 in the first quarter.
Did you hear the rumor?
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Which one?
The rumor about Jimmy Butler?
About his dad?
Yeah.
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 They say he the bastard son of Michael Jordan. They said the timeline. They said the timeline matching up, and his backstory sounds like some
That's
crazy
funny.
shit.
Yeah, the timeline does match up, and also, you know, his mom kind of disowned him because the only reason why she even wanted to keep Jimmy was because of the child support payments. When, you know, that stopped, she kicked him out. You know what I'm saying?
At 13, I think.
Yeah, but to me, the biggest thing about this Miami Heat team is the culture, and it does not matter who's playing, as long as Spoelstra is on that bench and Pat Riley's in them rafters, they're gonna be competitive.
I think Eric Spoelstra. He might be I can't think of who's a better coach than Eric Spoelstra
In the league right now?
in the league right now.
Monty's the only other one you could talk about.
I wouldn't even say Kerr. Kerr don't mean shit.
Monty
to
to
me.
me.
Kerr has the
Kerr gets the good for the championships, but as far as the actual coach, I think Kerr gets way overhyped.
He is,
I
because
don't
his
think
teams
he's
don't
overhyped.
execute. His teams don't execute like a great coach.
Especially if we're gonna get to the Lakers. We're gonna get to the Lakers Golden State.
Not these last 2 years. I'll
They
give you
never
that.
did.
Or even
They
with
just- they would
his
shoot
his player
themselves
development
into-
as a head coach. Think about what about Wiseman, Kaminga, all them niggas. Them niggas ain't been living up to the billing either.
Well, it's hard because they got people in front of them, but at
Exactly.
the same time, we gonna talk about pools.
We gonna get to them. Oh, my bad. This is supposed to. Yeah. My thing is like I bring up Spoelstra because it's like, bro, right now and I'm a big fan of Ty Lue. It's just between him and Ty Lue as far as for me, but I'll still give the edge to Spoelstra because he got the chips. But I don't think there's a better coach than Eric Spoelstra in the league right now, and it's showing. And we always talk about how the playoffs expose coaches and coaching. We see Coach Bud, you know what I'm saying, get kicked out of Milwaukee after winning the title 2 years ago. So it's like, because he got exposed by Spoelstra.
How is that?
And for me, it's just like,
Oh, defensive? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
for me, it's like, I agree with you, FIFO. You said that the Miami Heat teams are always ready, prepared, and ready to go. That they have exposed the Knicks of not being that. They were a top 3 rebounding team in the league regular season wise. They are getting outplayed on the boards. That last game, I almost threw my whole remote at the TV, bro. I almost threw that shit down because I'm looking at Kyle Lowry's short ass. Vincent St. Mary, whoever the name of these niggas is. They getting boards over a nigga named Mitchell Robinson who's 7+.
Mitchell should be getting 20
Julius
games.
Randle should be getting averaging 15 a point. Like, What, like, it's the want to. The Knicks are getting outplayed because of the want to. The only nigga that's really trying is RJ and Jalen. And they can only do so much. So it's like, I'm really impressed with the Heat team. And I remember I came in and I said the Knicks had the most depth in the playoffs left. I was wrong. It's the Heat.
Yeah, and you were also wrong about Julius. Like,
What did I say about Julius?
You said that he's one of the best power forwards in the league.
He top five.
No.
in the regular season,
He top five on the Knicks.
In the regular season, he top five. His stats said he was top five. The playoffs, that's a whole
It's a
other
couple
damn.
of days
We
Julius
always
playing
have
better.
regular season niggas and playoff niggas.
Nah, Julius never he never sold me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been saying the last couple of years. If Julius is your best or second best player on the championship team, you're not a championship team.
A two, he can be a
saying
two.
that, bro.
No,
You don't think he'd be a two?
No, he needs to be.
He needs to be a three.
Look, I put
This
you like
playoff,
this.
these last 3 years, he needs to be a three.
Right now, we're seeing because Jalen is their best player.
I say one.
Right?
He's their best leader. I don't know best player.
He is their best player.
He that best player.
You
He's
still
their
think
best
Randall's the
player.
better
By
player?
far.
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, I can't tell who the best player.
I think
on the-
J.R. Barrett the best player.
No.
on the Knicks team.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, I don't think the Knicks are. I don't think they're ready just yet.
He the
I think
best-
Jalen
but-
is their
but
best.
Jalen is
I
the
think
best player
Jalen
on the team right now.
is a need.
He
Like,
the best player on the team.
Look, I
right
put it to you like
Who's
this.
better?
Nobody.
Nobody.
That's
Jalen Brunson is currently their best
he the
player.
best player on their team.
He's the
But
leader
on
and the best player.
On a championship team, he needs to be the
That's what I'm
second
going to-
or third
that's
best
what I'm
player.
going to with that.
When we look at RJ Barrett is proving that he should be the third best player on the championship team, which moves Julius down. Like, Julius is a role player.
Damn.
Julius
he's a
Randle,
starter. He's a
FIFA.
starter. He's a starter. He's
I
a
agree.
role player.
No, I
What he
didn't-
means
I didn't say a
what he
bench
means-
guy.
What
I'm
he
just saying
I
a
know what
role
you
player.
mean.
Yeah.
When he says role player, he means he's going to play
mean
minutes.
like Horace
but he
Grant.
has a job
Yes.
on the floor not to be the guy. His
Exactly.
job is to do what he
Yeah,
does.
Exactly.
Julius Randle like
Rebound,
Horace
set people
Grant.
up,
Exactly.
and get buckets.
You-
every
like,
now and again.
like a role player means that I need you to excel at one or two things, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do your job. These other guys, I'm gonna put way more on their back, but you just need to do these two things. And if you have an outer body
be
experience,
consistent at
cool.
them, yeah.
16 and 8, you did great for me.
But see, the issue now is that Julius thinks he's the guy.
Yeah.
He thinks he's the, and you're not.
Well,
the guy.
he was brought in as the guy.
He's always been the guy.
He was paid. He was
He ain't
paid as
never
the
not
guy.
been the
Great
guy.
but
as
he's
the guy.
not the guy.
I mean,
and that's a problem.
We're seeing. To me, again, I'm more disappointed in is just the effort. That's what the first round was all about. If y'all all believe the Cavs were the better team talent wise, and I said they were not because of the want to of the Knicks, that they have the talent and the want to that can oversee that. This series, bro, like Ken said, bro, game 1, game 4, it's like, what the fuck is going on? These niggas just don't want it as much as they do. Even Julius Randle in the press conference said it looked like they want it more than we do. So it's like, to me, it's like, if you don't got the want to, then y'all not gonna win shit. Because that's all that he got is just confidence. As you can see, when you got niggas named Strauss and
Culture.
and
Which means
That's Caleb Martin.
and for me, another thing about this series that I'm looking at is Bam Adebayo.
yes.
He better than Julius Randle.
Yep.
No.
That's not saying much.
No.
I was gonna say that's not saying much because I'm looking at Bam. Bam ain't really been doing shit
Thank
for
you,
real.
man.
He better than
Like,
Julius
I
Randle.
look, like
better
that.
than
He
Julius.
been
That's
playing
not
this
again.
series.
Is that saying much to you, FIFO?
It's
No,
not.
it's not. So
It's
that's
not,
a-
but,
Yeah.
but it's effective because he knows what he's
no,
supposed to
I
do.
looked at all the
versus
ways.
Julius
I look
Randle
at the way
going to
he
take 20
scores.
shots.
I look at the way Bam scores because I thought he was like somebody who was really a enforcer. He is not. He is. If he's not outside that kitty free throw, he's not making good jump shots.
No.
If Butler is not literally handing him an assist as he's cutting to the basket, he's not getting his efficiency. All that shit is based off of, again, want to and the schematics. But as far as his dominance and his force, him forcing the issue, it ain't shit.
Exactly.
It's
He-
more effective than Julius
It
Randle.
is because no.
What-
It is. No, wait.
It's more effective because Julius Randle tries to do too much.
Exactly.
And now he's limiting the rest of his team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Julius Randle's not playing with a superstar.
No. But
Jimmy Butler, I mean,
He's playing with somebody
Bam
that's
is playing with a superstar.
But he's playing with somebody that's better
But
than
Bam
him.
is playing within his role, and
exactly.
Julius Randle is
That's
too.
the difference.
Yeah, they
that's
both-
the
they
But
difference.
Bam is
have
not
better-
as talented as Julius.
No.
You can tell.
What does Julius do better?
handle the ball and shoot.
I
give
Bam
him
cannot-
He don't handle the ball better.
Look.
I give you shooting, but that's
that. Randle can handle the ball
as
better.
much as
equal to me.
people talk shit about Julius Randle, he has his faults. He could not do. Bam could not do what
Exactly, that's
Julius
what
Randle
I'm
has done
saying,
on this
yeah.
Knicks team as the guy.
Exactly.
No. I look. What I'm trying to say is that to me, when I evaluate both of their talent and their skill sets, there are certain things that Julius does a little bit better. There are certain things that Bam does a little bit better. But the difference in them is that Julius thinks he's more than what he is. Bam plays within the confines of what that team
Because he
needs
has
do.
to.
Bam can't
It's not
even
that
do
he-
what Julius thinks
That's
he
what I'm
is.
saying. Like he has to because he can't do that.
Well, maybe if Julius thought he was what Bam was, then he
Bro,
would
we,
be more
see,
effective.
here we, see, this is the
That's
issue
point.
sometimes I have is that we start just hyping guys up, and I know
No,
I
Bam
don't
is
feel
not
like y'all
hyping.
doing this,
We're not
but I
saying
felt
Bam
like
is
it,
good.
But can't,
We're not
and
saying
I'm on the
Bam
same
is
page.
good.
I know you.
Because I thought Bam was better than that.
I'm not.
Yeah, Bam
He
has been
is
exposed.
not.
He's
No.
been exposed. He's
I'm
been
talking
exposed.
about to the
He got
point.
exposed years ago, Shelton.
More
Bam
so
is a role
this
player.
series
He
than
got
any
exposed
other.
in the first round.
Bam is not
Yeah,
great.
that's what I'm saying. More
However,
so this-
Julius
I'm sorry,
Randle is not.
Hold on, one
starting.
at a time. One at a time.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just saying more so this playoffs he's been exposed.
I was just saying that Bam is not great. I don't want it to be misconstrued that I'm saying that. However, Julius Randle is not a star either. If Julius Randle had a mindset that Bam had, like I'm gonna do what needs to be done to make the team win, then he would be more effective. He's not doing that. He's going out trying to take 25 shots.
Because that's his role.
No, not really. He ain't been taking that many shots. He didn't take that
But
many
either
shots
way it
last
go,
game.
that's his role. He is a go-to guy on the team.
But I say this: Bam had 23 and 13 the last game, and he played well.
Did you see how he got those 23?
How? I mean, what do you mean?
It was nothing but easy
layup?
dunks and
Did
layups.
Julius Randle
It was-
have 20?
It's
Right,
DeAndre
right.
Jordan. If you look at DeAndre Jordan, he did the exact same thing.
Right.
So if you're
I
impressed
seen him
with
hit a
that
couple
shit,
floaters, but
nah,
look-
in the kitty free throw, when he two
Bam ain't
steps away
shit,
from the
y'all.
basket.
Bam ain't shit.
Bam, I ain't gonna go that far, he ain't shit, but he ain't what I thought he was.
Bam ain't what
and
I
that's
thought
what
he
makes
was
me.
either.
And that's what. But to me, that makes the Heat that much more interesting because they're playing at an extreme. They're way better than what they're supposed to be.
Because everybody, look, and that's why I talked about culture. Culture is about, and we just talked about this today in one of my meetings. Like, in my business and what I do, right, it's not my job to coach effort.
No, you can't, Coach.
It's not my job to coach effort. It's my job to strategize and for you to execute. That's what we're here for. And when you watch the Miami Heat, that's what they do. This is the game plan, and the players execute. We don't have to coach the effort. Kyle Lowry is out here getting the charges. Gabe Vincent is out here jacking up shots because that's your job.
And they bought in.
And they're bought in.
Patriots
They
is-
bought in.
The
Patriot way.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
playing.
So in terms of Bam does what he needs to do for the team to be great. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not. People were hyping him up a couple of years. Oh, he's the best big man in the league. Did that? He top 3. Did it?
Yeah, no.
No. But for what this team needs him to do, he handles the rock. He's a very high IQ guy. He doesn't play make as much as Julius or Draymond or some of these other point forwards, but he can handle the rock. He makes smart decisions and he plays within himself.
I was just thinking about his skill level. I thought he was a better post-up player than what he
Nah,
is.
he's a face-up big.
That's what I thought. I thought he had more post game.
Nah,
than he did.
he's a face-up big.
action
He,
player.
he's a guy that is a dive, yes, dribble handoffs, free throw line. Like that's where he's most effective. We're not saying, hey, everybody clear out, give him the ball in the post, go get us a bucket. Unless I'm guarding him, they not doing that. That's not what's best for the Miami Heat.
Man, KD has been terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's the first
I'm
quarter,
a-
bro.
I'm a-
These niggas are just.
I'm gonna say
Terrible?
I know we're not. I was just watching it just now. What I'm gonna say about that real quick, and I know we're gonna get off it, but his legs probably not there. That's what I was trying to think of. Like, why would he be shooting like this off? But I'm thinking maybe his legs are. He only played 13 games with this team, so maybe that's the problem.
That's a valid excuse to you. This
He
deep in the
don't get no
Chemistry-
excuse with me,
chemistry
but
is
I'm
an
still just
excuse-
trying to
is
think about
legs
why.
though. Legs this late in the playoffs.
I'm not
that's an
saying
excuse.
legs. I
He
think
played a lot of
chemistry is more of a
basketball,
thing.
though.
He's Kevin Durant.
He just off. He'll get him real.
He gonna get a
Yeah, I
ring.
think it's still early.
It's
I wouldn't
super
give him
early
any
in the
excuse
game.
for legs, though.
Let's move on to the next. Since we're in the Western Conference, let's talk. I guess this may be the best series of the second round so far. Golden State versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This series has been interesting because I think most of us picked Golden State. FIFO, you didn't get a chance to pick.
I picked the
He would have
Lakers.
picked Golden State too. He did too.
Oh
picked
yeah,
the
okay.
Lakers.
Lakers are up 3-1. FIFO, what's the most surprising part about this series for you so far?
You know, honestly,
Steph ain't clutch.
oh wow, this guy. Hey,
That's what. Hey, kid, that's what they were saying on the news today. I was wondering, I was like, what?
They actually said that all out.
They was like, Steph ain't really that. When you come down, they said they had a stat that said the last 52 minutes or seconds in a game.
Wow.
He's not really.
Well, we know that
guy.
LeBron is the most clutch. You know what I'm saying?
Overall,
by
yeah.
the numbers.
By the numbers. Yeah.
You look at the.
Well, you talking about?
No, he is by the numbers here.
Yeah, by the numbers,
percentage wise.
This year? It was Fox.
No,
wasn't it?
like
Overall,
career,
career, yeah.
career.
Historically.
LeBron is the most clutch.
Sean was loading up the hate gun, bro.
He like, give me this bullet.
Give Fox his credit.
But nah. So what's interesting is when B had a cookout at his spot. We were talking about this series. I said, look, don't count out the Lakers because they have the size and the requisite positionless prototype basketball players that's gonna give the Warriors fits, and we've seen that. And then Steph Curry to me is the best player on the court in this series. However, AD has the biggest physical advantage in this series, and we saw it in Game 1. We saw it in Game 3. So we're seeing the Lakers just take advantage of their size. I know Shelton's been talking about the Warriors' lack of size. Obviously, it didn't hinder them in the first round against the Sacramento Kings, but in this round, we're seeing that the size is an issue. Clay was off the last game, but we know how Clay is. You know, we call him closeout Clay. There's a closeout game for them.
We close out Clay, all right.
Well, I've been told y'all about Klay Thompson. I ain't want to.
And we're not even
to
gonna get to another light skinned dude. We're not even gonna do that. But to me, I'm honestly not that surprised, even though I picked the Warriors, because when I looked at the matchup, I'm like, hey, the Lakers can beat them, but I'm picking Golden State because I respect the champs.
Boy, that's a Sheldon J pick right there.
Hey, nah.
Better than that. That's a Sheldon.
The way
that
he
is
was
a
Humpty
Sheldon
Dumpty, the way he was on that
football
thing,
fan.
he was on one side of the
That
other.
is a
I
Sheldon
analyzed
football pick
the
right
whole
there,
picture,
boy.
but in this case,
Golly.
I'm gonna be honest. This is more about Golden State's disappointment than it is about Lakers'
collapse
success.
of the Warriors?
It is definitely the collapse of the Warriors, man. The execution has been horrendous. I'm watching plays and I'm watching them stand around look at Steph like, what kind of offense is this y'all running? Even that last play when they had the ball, it was like they just looked at Steph dribble. I'm like, run something, run some type of set. I know it ain't about plays all day long like you running. You run a motion offense. It's not going to be a whole lot, but give him a screen set. Do something. Because he's not going to be able to get around this guy. The lane is too packed. Do something. And they weren't doing anything. Two, we talk about Golden State, it's the collapse of Jordan Poole. That's the
I'll give you that.
biggest thing I look at. And I'll be watching, and it's not just his shooting. His
It's everything.
confidence is gone. He don't
No, his
know.
confidence up.
Man.
So
No, he don't know what to do. He wants to be that guy, but then he's like, damn, I'm gonna take. And then he turns
I
the
got hit in
ball
the jaw.
over, shooting crazy shots. It's just like, what is he doing? Why is he still in the rotation? I have no idea.
He
other
has
than
to
the
be in
fact
the
that
rotation.
they gave him
They
the
don't
money.
have. They don't have no other
They gotta put
choice.
him in there.
Man, I would try.
You can't have $30 million sitting on the bench.
I would in this case, because that $30 million is costing you every time that he's in there. And they try, and I understand Steve Kerr's trying to work him in earlier. Steph sits down really early. Steph sits down with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter. They'll sit Steph and bring in Poole. Poole loses his mind. I don't know what he got going on, but it's not bad. Draymond knocked the fight out of Poole.
That's what it was.
So you saying that turnover that Steph had and that cost him the game was worse than-
that was on Steph. But
okay.
but once again, Steph he drugged them to this point to where they were even in this game. So he needs some help from somebody. Yeah, Steph turned the ball over too. But once again, I blame that on Curry. It's execution. These guys do not execute.
You can't
They have
blame- you
so
can't
many
blame- you can't-
turnovers.
that-
Curry wasn't on the court dribbling. It don't matter. He's the coach.
Kerr didn't lay on
He's
the
the
ground and
coach.
threw the ball back when nobody was there.
Hey,
He
when
is a
Giannis
coach.
did that, people were giving him shit. Giannis
Curry's
threw the
done
ball.
that twice.
Giannis threw the ball straight out of bounds, and people
Curry
were
do
like,
that all the time.
Curry do that all the
Curry
time. No one
is
say
hor-
shit.
He's
Curry
horrible.
He called
Curry
a timeout when
Curry
they
called a
didn't have him.
timeout
Yeah.
with no timeout. No one says
he
shit.
second time in his playoffs, he done
does some of the most bonehead things I've ever seen. But Curry does so much great. It's kind of like, okay, but
It's to your
everybody
point.
does that. Draymond passed the ball to nobody.
I
Clay is
agree
going
with
to
you.
get 3 turnovers a game.
It's to your point. Curry is so good for that team, though. You can't blame him for calling those timeouts or throwing that ball away. It's like,
Shit, they used to blame LeBron,
but Curry do so much. Like,
and LeBron didn't.
True. That is true.
Same energy, bro.
However,
All that shit that Curry doing down, got him down 3-1, my boy.
I think to the Jordan Poole point, that's exactly what Golden State is missing, though. That's why they down 3-1.
That's what they're missing.
That part of the game, that athleticism, that extra off the bench,
Yeah.
that's what they need at this stage in Curry, and this stage in Draymond, and this stage in Klay Thompson.
You don't even know his
can
name.
sit-
I couldn't
yeah,
remember
you
his
can't
name.
because he ain't done it.
Yeah,
You can
so
sit
they
one
can
of them
take
down
breaks,
and-
and he could come in and be the pseudo Batman for the second team.
You still have
they
to watch
missing that now. Like only person like Curry was open the other night. He looked like he was at Davidson again, bro. Like it was like nobody was out there with him, and he was even talking to Clay. He was like, "Bro, where you at?" Like I can only expect so much from Draymond, and I got to go out here and they got to give you 30, 12, and 11 assists at 6 feet. Like that's a lot. That's a lot
Yeah.
to ask for somebody.
Hold on, we haven't heard Ken's thoughts because I hear too many excuses. I want to hear what you got to say.
Light years ahead. Ain't that what they said? Ain't that what he said?
They a
Said
dynasty.
Said they were light years ahead.
They're a dynasty.
Shit, I remember a lot of hype about all these role players. Now y'all hate them motherfuckers.
Till Draymond hit him in the jaw.
Y'all hate them motherfuckers.
Bro, I'm
Well,
with
they hate Moody. They hate Kaminga.
Moody doing his job.
Wiseman gone.
Wiseman left.
I like Moody.
Damn.
They brought Gary Payton.
Gary Payton
I
back.
love y'all know I love
And he
GB.
left. He left the court.
Hey, people told me Wiggins was the key to this. He said, when Wiggins get back, boy, watch out.
And Wiggins and his damn kid. But,
man.
yeah, nah, man. Like, I still, I don't know. I still don't fully trust the Lakers.
Right. Up 3-1?
Nah, man. I gotta see it. They still champions. They got championship DNA, man. Clay could get hot. You never know what could happen, bro. The Warriors were leading in all of those games by double digits and blew them all.
They did.
However, it's just like we were talking about when the series kicked off, Shelter, when we left last week. I said this is not the same guys that we're so used to seeing.
Yeah.
And my brain still hasn't fully processed that D'Angelo Russell had a good game and won him a game. Austin Reeves finally came alive and won a game.
Lonnie Walker.
But Lonnie fucking Walker actually went out and won a game for them. He actually won that game for them.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to fathom that roster turnover is actually working. I still don't believe him because you look up and they find themselves down, but they always fight their way back.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, the other thing that I think I was with you, bro. I was like, man, Clay ain't that guy no more. And they were like, oh, Clay back. Everybody's saying Clay back. Now I'm seeing everybody jump on Clay. Now Clay can't be found. I thought he was back. What happened to him? So I'm hearing a bunch of excuses.
My whole
Championship
thing
DNA, not anything else.
Clay looked like more Clayton Bigsby than Clay
Yeah, he did.
Johnson.
Clay did
Because he
look
let
like
him
Clay
blind
Bigsby.
when he's shooting that
He was.
motherfucker.
He
My
was.
thing is like, the biggest thing I'm taking away from the series is AD. In FIFA, I don't know if I was here around the time, but I agree with you as far as the size. AD is their biggest upset. As long as AD does well, the Lakers should win this series because they literally have no answer for him. You see him every game when he is good and not dropping 7 points a game instead of 20 plus. Like they win. Like there's he's the most dominant player on the court. And you could argue he's the best player on the court when he's playing himself. Like he's playing, like who could do it? He's guarding Curry for the game. He's blocking shots. You know what I'm saying? LeBron has basically been playing a Robin, like a glorified Robin role. He ain't really been doing. He come up every now and then, but he's really letting AD cook and is playing well.
At times, though.
Yeah, at times, but it's still the whole offense is running through AD in my mind right now in this series. And the thing about Golden State is that I'm not even going to Curry. I'm going to Kerr. Again, everything that led up to this, bro, y'all keep talking about this man as he's some type of great coach, and I'm asking y'all, when has he ever shown me that outside of having great players? Because, again, we talk about the talent they drafted that y'all hyped up. They have not been developed or have been traded. The pieces that they have now, if Draymond don't stump Sabonis, we may get a whole different series. Sabonis is scared. Hey, Sabonis had a black. I thought he got a street
He
brawl.
stumped the fight out of it.
Seeing that nigga through the series. If we don't see that, like that could be a whole different series. And Klay Thompson, he's been a shell of himself since he came back from the injury back when before
He's
the
had
bubble.
moments, though.
He's had moments, but he's not Klay Thompson consistent. You know what I'm saying? So. And then Jordan Poole, of course, once your teammates punch you in the face the way he did in this day and age, it ain't like the Bulls era where we figured out in the news and 5 years later is real time. Of course, that shakes the whole team. And my thing is this, and I told you this going into the series, FIFA was like, bro, I don't know if Curry can be good enough to take them over the top like he did last year, especially against this team, especially against LeBron, especially with LeBron trying to make a legacy for himself with his son coming down the line. I didn't expect 3-1 because I picked Golden State in 6. Because of the championship pedigree and the fact that I didn't think AD would be this consistent, but them down 3-1, bro.
Poole's confidence is shot.
It's gone.
And
it's gone.
yeah, and I don't think again that's going to speak to Kerr if he can get him back to where he was. Mm-hmm. They thought he was back after game 1, but I don't even think he got back in the game. And and we didn't find out, but he probably was asked to go back in and didn't want to. I'm making shit up now, but I don't know if you guys saw the reports about the post game. When he didn't, he actually talked to reporters, but he did it with his back towards them. Yeah. So they got an issue. I think if he can find the shot and can get going, I think they could win 3 straight.
If it was a 5th,
I don't see it happening. I don't think Kerr is good enough to get him out of that.
Because Kerr, I can't see.
If you look at
LeBron
Kerr's
losing
history as a coach, bro, when these niggas they missed playoffs twice and all that shit, I'm like, bro, this nigga ain't.
And he got lucky on that first championship. It was a video assistant that told him about.
It
that
was.
matchup.
I thought it was Mike Brown.
I was going to say, we that's exactly what I was about to mention. I was about to say, we forget that Mike Brown is not there. A lot of times, head coaches get a lot of this credit. We talk about it all the time. But you sitting there, you in management, you understand how that works. Sometimes it's the people under you that's doing all the legwork and getting you the things you need and basically are coaching this team. So in saying that, they don't have the leadership that they had, and it's evident that, there's something amiss with this team. It's something that's just not right. And something's missing. But back to the Lakers' point, there's times when what scares me for them going forward, everybody talking like they just got it already. AD disappears at times. He just still disappears. There's times when he's not involved whatsoever.
But we can say that about we can say that about a player on every squad in these playoffs of a high end or a star player, superstar player who disappears throughout the series.
Whoa. Yeah, by the way, KD is 1 of 5 from the field. Booker is 4 of 5.
No, KD did score.
Booker hurt.
Yeah, Booker just scored.
Y'all think it's realistic that LeBron can lose up 3-1?
Yeah,
it's realistic. He got swept twice, so yeah, it's realistic.
No, I would.
I can't see LeBron losing 3 games in a row.
It can happen.
It can definitely happen. Ooh.
What do you hear?
It just came down on that foot and pulled this tendon.
Yeah, but that can impact his shooting.
Yeah,
like
hopefully
planning
okay.
and stuff like that. Like he's out again and still going 4 for 5.
He should be all right.
Yeah, he good.
That's what we say.
He's as good as y'all say he is. He'll bounce back. Just saying, bro.
He's 4 or 5 right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying this little shake thing.
I know this man not talking.
Y'all said he good.
Look at that.
Yeah,
y'all said he should be all right.
That's
What's
1
up?
quarter. Without him, there's no game.
We seen Giannis break. Didn't we see Giannis hyperextend his kneecap and then still win the finals?
Get that shit.
He almost fit.
Hey, that's not bad. 11, you can come back. KD ain't shooting, so if KD hits a couple of shots, it's a different game. So
That Joker got 5 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds in the first.
he be getting some of the luckiest assists, though, bro.
What do you mean lucky assist?
Like
Assists don't be lucky.
there's some real good dimes that he throw, but man, some of these guys just be fucking wide open and they just be hitting the shot. I've been
So
watching.
that's luck.
Yeah.
How is that luck, Ken?
It's not like he's like playmaking.
You take what the defense gave him.
So do we all think? Do we think the Lakers close it out next game? The Heat close it out next game?
Nah,
No.
Lakers ain't gonna close.
Oh, you know the
win the
other
series.
point about that, real quick. One quick point about that. We forget that Golden State was terrible on the road this year. So them losing these last 2 games is really shouldn't be
It's
a
in
surprise.
line.
Yeah, it's in line with what they've been doing.
So losing is accepted and
No. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just
sound
saying,
like it.
No. I'm not. They should. I
We're
felt
just
like
going
they
by the
should have
record.
won.
We're going by what we
I'm
saw
saying
this
what-
past
what
So
they've
you
done all
expected them to
year.
be down 3-1?
Yeah, no,
well,
that's not what we're saying.
See again. I'm here. Y'all say one thing, and then I
That's
say
what I'm saying.
something
I don't know
else.
what y'all trying to say.
So now, but when they were able to win on the
I'm
road
saying it's
against
disappointing.
Sacramento, then we didn't hear about the road record.
I'm saying I was surprised that they won on the road against Sacramento. I'm saying it's disappointing now because I felt like they were that much better than the Lakers. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I shouldn't be surprised because they've been disappointing on the road all year.
If they won Game 6 on the road,
That's what I'm
I would
saying.
be shocked.
I think that I still think they got a shot, but I'm like you too. I'd still be shocked. I think they've been very disappointing all year long, and this continues with that trend. Is what I'm saying.
I believe in LeBron James' pedigree, winning Game 6, close out. on the road.
Curry got pedigree too, bro.
Yeah, and
That's what I'm saying.
you say,
we seen them go against each other though
I know, but
when it counted.
I don't know, man. I just got to see it, bro.
Yeah,
I just got to see it.
I wonder why they're not playing Looney like that though. I know he was sick in the
got
first
sick.
game.
They lying.
You think they
How you don't
lying?
think he's sick?
He was sick. I think he's fine now, but I think Curry just milking this.
What about Kuminga though?
He ain't putting his ass out there. They probably play him now because they ain't got no
Probably
choice.
should. Yeah, I mean,
But he gonna be out there fucking up.
When they had Louis
rest of
sitting
them
on
are
the
too,
bench
though.
and they were doing that pick and roll last game, it worked though. They were killing them.
They were killing them, but the thing is, like now that the Lakers have seen it, because AD, they're gonna coach that up. They were like, yeah, AD, you need to play that a little bit more aggressive and take that shit away.
Yeah, that's
We'll see. Before we get to the super chat, we started this broadcast with the Boston Philly game. What's wrong with Boston?
What do you mean?
All right. Well, Boston is clearly Embiid's Detroit Pistons, LeBron's Celtics. So we'll see. I will see if they close this out in Game 6. That if they don't, then they will lose the series. But I don't know if anything's wrong with Boston yet because they did come all the way back and they had a shot to win that game. Tatum has been having some really, really slow starts, strong finishes. But I think what I've been seeing is Jaylen Brown, as much as I like him, he's been disappearing in the second half. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's because Tatum is going and he just falls back to the wayside, but he has to keep up the pressure. Like he started hot in that last game. He had like 14 points in the first quarter. And then he was gone. And Tatum was ass, like 0 for 8 or something like that. And then Tatum got cooking. I mean, he was on fire. He made all the big shots. He made a big 3 to give them the lead. And for all intents and purposes, they really should have won that game. And because Embiid disappeared and got scared by Horford, Tucker saved them with that and one rebound and actually made the fucking free throw. And then they had a good OT. But yeah, I think they have to find a way to get those two playing like together and better. It's like Brown will start out hot, Tatum then close it out, and they need to be play together.
Yeah. Mazzulla ain't a great coach. He's not. I don't even know if he's a good coach at this point.
He's like not calling timeouts in certain
He
situations.
never,
like, what are you doing,
he never
bro?
calls timeouts. I think that last game where they were like had 18 seconds left or whatever, he didn't even call. He had 2 timeouts left. He didn't call a timeout. Like Mazzulla, and then he was talking shit in the press conference talking about some. After they won that one game, I forgot what game they won. He came to the press conference talking about some. Anybody want to ask me about my coaching adjustments now? And just walked off. Yeah, nigga, where you at now? Yo, meerkat looking ass. What y'all got? What you got to say? What you got to say, Sheldon? What's wrong with Boston?
It's not knowing who Batman is. Same thing we talk about all the time. We think it's Jaylen Brown. Most of us do. But like we say, there's times when they defer to
Jason Tatum.
And they make the offense run through Jason Tatum and the other disappears. So that's the biggest issue to me is like defining roles. Like look, but like Ken said, it should be a point where they play together. Whoever hot, you the Batman at this point.
Marcus Smart should not have the ball in his hands as much as he does in the
He the leader
late
of that
game.
team, though.
That's
the problem when you have Jason Tatum as a 1 and Marcus Smart as your leader. I think that before I would criticize or get rid of Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, I would try to find a coach that could make it work.
They had one.
They had coaches that come in.
They
with-
gone
yeah.
now. Like,
But all you had to do was feed them white women.
So what
you want him to do? Like,
It was the same way Tiger was. When Tiger had the white women, he was balling.
now that's passed, though, if they could find another coach that can make that
Nah,
work, then
it's time to bring them up.
What made them think that Missoula was the one though? Because they
I mean, it was last minute though. Like it wasn't. They didn't have time to have an adequate replacement for.
but they could have left him as interim.
Bro, once the CEO found the condom in his bed, he
No,
said,
I'm saying-
that nigga is
Yeah.
gone. Get him, whoever in there, get him in there.
It'll be. I just
The
think,
Boston Condoms.
I know this ain't mine.
He said, what's his name, Mozzarella? Get his ass and give him the job.
no, this ain't mine.
He was like, get his ass out of here. I don't care who you put in there.
I think it'll be a lot easier to
Messed
find
up,
a
Shelby.
coach that could use them two versus moving one of them and trying to get adequate a replacement. Yeah, like it got to be a coach out there somewhere that know how to
But why would
use
they-
both of them dudes.
What made them think that he was the answer? Because they did give him they took the interim tag away. They
did.
So why?
Because
did they
he
do
was
that?
winning.
Because they were winning. That they
He
were
was doing
winning.
all right, he was winning. They the first
And it was,
team in the East.
and it was like, what are we gonna do? Like, we just went to the finals.
And he black.
We're not gonna
Had something to do with it.
We're not gonna rebuild. Like, we gotta keep
I thought he
going.
was black.
He's black, ain't he?
With a name like Missoula, y'all.
I mean,
Now you
What's-
make now you
what's
make
country?
me question
let me
again.
see.
I thought he
Let
was
me see. Let me
I
see
thought
where
he
he
was.
from.
That's
He
why I was
just-
rooting for him. If he ain't black,
I thought he was just tan.
Let's go Sixers. I can't. I don't.
I would like the Sixers to the hump. I just don't see it happening. I think they're gonna find a way to blow it. But hey, Harden, bro. And the funny thing is, I was talking shit about Harden too. I was talking shit about Harden in game one of that he won for him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, they got this old ass Harden, and shit. He had 2 bad games after that, but
He sure did.
he's been on it, man.
And little baby was there, and he hooped.
He's Chilean. His dad's Chilean. He
Okay.
was Raleigh.
All right, yeah. I knew he wasn't all the way.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't one of us.
No, I thought
he
it said
passed, though.
Is that his dad is Sicilian?
Oh, see,
Dan,
yeah.
His mama black.
Oh, he black because he don't know
Dan
his daddy.
Missoula.
His dad's name is Daniel Missoula.
yeah, his dad named Dan, who played college basketball.
What's his
in
mama
Bryant
name?
And professionally in 5 years for
Keisha.
Chile.
It's Latricia.
There you go.
It's Latricia.
Yeah, he
Missoula.
black.
Yes,
He black.
He black on his mama's
Yeah,
side.
and like I said, if he don't know who his daddy is, then he black because Chilean, Sicilian, black dude.
Chilling.
Played football. I
This
mean,
is
KD 209. I've been telling, bro.
This is the
It's
dangerous.
early, Ken.
But I'm just saying that's not the efficient KD. Booker been carrying them. This is
has.
shit that he been dealing
Now
with.
Booker sitting
He
down.
carrying him
This-
right now?
He said he on the bench. This is the
Yeah,
dangerous,
he's on the bench.
Yeah, this
and he
the,
had to.
I was gonna say this is the dangerous time too. I wouldn't have him sitting when Joker's sitting. He needs to be out there. Oh, he coming back in now. Because when Joker sit down, that's
Bro,
when
they,
it's
none
scary.
of, the thing
scary
is, none
hours
of them can
for
sit,
Denver.
bro. They have to play 40
they gonna
plus
lose this
minutes a
They
game.
know that.
Yeah,
I
he
think
can't
they already
sit.
conceded already at 28 to
They
40.
are-
Didn't
They gonna
Greenberg
lose this
say?
game.
Was it Greenberg that said that? Or no? He said the Lakers should sit AD and
He did.
LeBron in Game 5 so they can be ready for Game 6.
That's crazy.
That is the most idiotic thing I've ever
But
heard.
he's also
before.
the same dude.
I
that
think
said
he was
it
saying let
the
him
weather.
rest some. I don't think he was saying sit him, was he? I thought what I understood him to say was like give him more rest because they've been playing so many heavy.
Nah,
games.
LeBron already know. They want to end that shit
They
next
better
game.
end it. They better end it as soon as possible. Don't play around with these boys.
And LeBron made it a point to be like, yeah, we were up 3-1 against Memphis, and we saw how that went. Even though they blew them out in Game 6, but and they we've seen them blow out the Warriors. They could blow out the Warriors at home.
But the Warriors just make me so mad though, man, because I am hoping that they win this series. By the way, I like that roster, but they'll have that lead. Like you said, they were up 10, and they just start doing crazy stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not cultivating that lead. You're not doing anything to hold on to it.
Yeah, they had a 12-point lead.
Yeah, they're dominating the game, and then they'll come on back, y'all. Y'all can play now. We gonna chill.
They're really trying to bring these white boys back, bro.
Boy,
Christian Brown, where is he at? Like,
He came from Kansas. I think he got a little brother in him.
does it?
He said
Not
he
skin
off-white.
color, but I think that, the way he is.
probably grew
like-
up around him. Yeah.
You mean his play? Because I mean, he got some Austin Reeves in him, the Milk Mamba.
Yeah, he
Cream
got,
Abdul Jabbar.
I haven't seen those moves, man.
he hung in the streets a little bit.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
He blacker than some of them boys right there.
All right, Ken, I'm done.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it. So
Did we talk about the Knicks?
Yeah, we did. Knicks is 7, boy. It's gonna be. Hey, y'all want to see coming back from 3-1? Y'all about to see it right now.
If they can find Bud, then everybody need to go.
Oh yeah, nah. If Tom Thibodeau loses, I am done with the Thibodeau train.
that's good.
I think so.
It's gotten as far as it's gonna get.
Who would you want to be your next coach?
Shit, I was gonna say Ime, but he's already going to Houston. I don't know.
Is that guaranteed? Like, is that?
I think so.
I like it for Houston.
I would hire.
They-
I do
need
too
that.
because I think he knows how to coach up young players and stuff. And then if they
They need
somehow get
structure.
the Frenchman,
Yeah, we'll see.
that'll be interesting.
We'll see.
I would hire Jalen Brunson. I would hire.
Bro, they got this old ass
Rick
KD.
Brunson.
Nah, he
They was saying Nick Nurse, bro. That's what. Oh, I got to read Superchats. My bad. Damn, I got caught up watching the game.
I
Hold on,
wouldn't. I don't know about Nick.
I like
Nurse.
Nick Nurse.
I don't know.
You
I
don't
like
think so?
those too.
What has Nick Nurse done since that title run?
I mean,
That's why I was like, what do these coaches really be doing without these players? That's why I give so much respect to Spo and Ty Lue, because it's like, bro, when they don't have these guys, they still make shit work. It's easy to win titles with that's what Steve Kerr, he remember before he got to the Golden State, he could pick between the Knicks and Golden State. And he obviously chose the right
Yeah,
choice.
he did, yeah.
But it's because Mark Jackson called that duo the best backcourt in NBA history, and then he's like, oh yeah, that's an easy choice for me.
I'm sitting in my office. Y'all do what y'all do.
Nuggets hold on to win this game.
Yeah. They're at home.
I think Nuggets win the rest of the series.
So you think they'll win game 6 too and close it out?
Yeah, I think they win the next
Especially
two.
with KD
I don't.
playing like this.
Again, that's asking too much for those players at their stage of career to play 40+ minutes a game and score damn.
I mean,
near 40.
Booker's young, so he's straight. But KD, bro,
Yeah, KD struggling.
But even if he's young, that's still a lot of miles for the second round.
for those guys, man, that's what I know. People say that a lot, but they used to do that all the time back in the day.
That's back in the day. These young boys, these niggas don't like to work for shit.
That's just pressure to try to carry that team through that. And it's one thing because he's keeping them in range and in striking distance, but at the same time, you just got to, like you say, you got to keep this going.
And he's
That's
not
tough.
like a Steph where it's like he could get his threes, and he can do everything.
I
It's
know,
like
yeah,
it's all like mid range. Like
yeah.
it's hard. It's hard for him to get those buckets.
But I mean, right now it's just let me keep it close. Let me keep it close. All right, finally KD hitting shots. Okay, shit. Terrence Ross hitting shots. Aiden not playing soft. Aiden be doing some goofy shit. I'm so over Aiden, bro. Anyway, let me read these members messages. Igwe of Art, Tank whoop Garcia ass. Lamar got paid. Be more winning.
Yes, sir, he did. Yes, sir, he did.
they ain't gonna win.
Tank
He
had-
won.
Tank had a great fight. I kind of expected that. I'm sure you probably did too, Igwe. I'm looking forward to, of course, Spence and.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the most hyped fight of the century was
This Tank fight. Ryan Garcia and Tank. Or which one you said overhyped?
the most recent one with the
Tank and Garcia.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, yeah.
We hit him.
where everybody was in the crowd.
Midsection.
All the boxing greats was in the crowd. For
I
about,
want to see Tank against one of them young guns right now. I want to see him against Devon Haney or Shakir. One of them guys. That's a real fight. Devon Haney, more than likely. That's my favorite pick for Tank.
What's the other black dude named that's in Tank division?
Shakur.
That's him.
Mhm, Stevenson.
Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah, those three
Why
are.
ain't they? What's the?
Well, they trying to build them up still. They're young. They're young fighters, but they three young bulls.
Gotcha.
Ain't no leader in that but they consider Tank because he's had the bigger fights, but ain't none of them over the other. So I can't wait to see either one of them. I mean, two of those three go at it is gonna be awesome. That's a great trio.
Jimmy going to 3 of the last 4 Eastern Conference Finals. Superstar.
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 He said superstar.
That's what he wrote.
Is it spell check?
No, that's right.
Yo,
He a
Ken did
superstar.
purposely left that out.
if you do
I know I
something-
did.
Ken purposely did.
Hey man, I ain't want to play you like that, but I was just fucking with you.
if
bro.
he- if-
I thought you took that out yourself.
I didn't know you. That's
what he wrote.
Since you want to sit there and write that shit, I'm fine, motherfucker.
If they get to the finals this year, you get his ass. If they get to the
We'll add
finals,
the S.
we'll
Why
add
do
the
they
S.
gotta make it to the finals this year?
Nah, bro.
Jimmy Butler right now is a Hall of Famer based off
Is
of
Jimmy Butler a household name?
he about to be if he's not already.
That's what I'm saying. See,
better-
I'm saying if Reggie Miller is in the Hall of Fame, Jimmy
That
Butler
was my
is the
next
Hall
thing.
of Fame.
Reggie
right now.
Miller. Jimmy Butler better than Reggie Miller. I'm gonna say that live on air while we talking.
Wow.
Jimmy Butler
Hey,
better
no
than
question.
Reggie
No
Miller.
question. No question.
Hands
He's better
down.
than
Reggie
Reggie
Miller
Miller.
was
Reggie Miller ain't really shit for real. We want to keep it a B. He's a.
I ain't gonna say that,
Ask
but
Spike
Jimmy
Lee.
Butler better.
Ask Spike Lee.
Oh, so do you respect the Knicks at all in the last 20 years?
Yes.
Anything? What
the
is it?
Patrick Ewing Knicks? Yes, they made it to the finals and got whooped by Akeem. What are you talking about? Maybe you too young.
No,
to
I'm
remember.
just saying. So the Patrick Ewing Knicks went to the finals, right?
Yeah.
Did they win?
Nah.
Okay. Did Jimmy Butler and the Heat went to the finals?
Look,
I'm saying, are they not poised to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back seasons?
Jimmy Butler and Reggie Miller.
Had they not poised to be in the Eastern
same
Conference Finals
amount
in the
of
last
finals
in
appearance.
3 of the last 4 seasons? Did Patrick Ewing do that? Did Reggie Miller do that?
Reggie Miller did that.
He did in 3 of 4 seasons.
They were always an Eastern Conference threat.
They were.
in the Eastern
always.
Conference Finals. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's doing the same thing that Reggie Miller did, right?
They do it different. They win
Bro, I'm
about
saying,
it differently,
so he's a Hall of Famer, if not better. I think Jimmy
No,
Butler
I
better.
think Jimmy's a Hall of Famer.
I
The,
think
the
better.
numbers support it.
The numbers support he's better than Reggie Miller too.
He's obviously a better defender.
He's got more All-Star appearances. He's average.
He's
averaged
not
more.
better than Reggie Miller.
He's
I don't know
better
what
than
y'all
Reggie
talking
Miller,
I
about.
don't
bro.
know about that, bro.
We're gonna have to watch a Reggie Miller game.
Y'all crazy.
I saw
You
Reggie
know
Miller
what,
play.
Ken? That's just the youngin talking, man. That's
I
the
saw
youngin.
Reggie Miller play.
Well,
I'm for
I
it,
you
bro.
if we
I
we
saw it.
I look
saw
at
So
it.
you
Reggie.
said Reggie's better?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
You say Jimmy's
Jimmy
better.
Butler better. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't
Jimmy
know about
Butler
that.
better than Reggie Miller.
I think. Look,
Reggie wasn't even the best player in his household.
Sit Brown down.
He definitely wasn't that. He was not the best player in his
I
house.
give you that. I give you that.
Jimmy was the best player in
nigga.
the streets. He ain't have a house to live in. He was in the
Cheryl Miller
streets.
was that nigga.
You right about that.
Look, there's things that Jimmy does better, but Spike, you watch Reggie. Reggie was top 3 clutch performer.
That is a fact.
Like-
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I think the game of basketball is obviously played different now. Like you have to be able to dribble, shoot, pass. Back then it was like, hey, you shoot, well, we're gonna run you off a million screens and all you do is shoot.
Just keep moving.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll
So,
get open
so it's a
eventually.
little different. So if I'm comparing Jimmy to Reggie, Jimmy does more things on the basketball court.
You're a better basketball player.
I can't lie. But it's how basketball is being played. But if we're talking like, if you give me a prime Reggie and a prime Jimmy, I'm taking Reggie, dog. Like because
I'd love to
battles-
see that game.
Look,
I'll say that.
I feel
I'd
you.
love to see that game.
I'm just saying, think about the era that he played in. What's another guy that literally matched MJ? There's not another one. Now, there were guys that balled against MJ, like Allen Houston. I say it all the time. Allen Houston used to give the Bulls buckets. But if I'm thinking playoff performances, Reggie's the only other 2 guard that literally elevated his game to the level of MJ.
Reggie thought he was as good as Mike.
Yes.
He definitely did.
Like
He
Clyde
wasn't,
Drexler
but
never
he
thought that.
Clyde
Clyde
Drexler knew he wasn't.
Drexler, he knew.
Reggie
He
saw it.
found out.
You couldn't tell
No,
Reggie
fuck
Miller.
that.
You couldn't
Let's
tell
say he
Reggie Miller,
knew.
I'm not as good as
Clyde
Michael
thought
Jordan.
he was as good
To that
or
finals
better
series.
than MJ, and then he found out he
Jordan
wasn't.
came out to hit them 6 threes. He knew that. You could see
He
it on his
found out
face.
he
He's
wasn't.
like, okay.
Rob Costa, the New York Knicks are falling hard. Let's see, and let's get to super chats here. That was the members. Handy King got the mic sounding nice. Appreciate it, Presto T. Yeah, I had to reboot the whole system, man. The whole shit was fucked up.
Hey, real quick, let me say.
Shout out to Adrian Wells.
I got the answer. Jimmy Butler been in the league 12 years, and he's made the playoffs 11 times. He has 6 All-Stars to Reggie Miller's 5.
So Jimmy Butler's better.
No, he's not. I don't give a damn
All
about any of
NBA, all
that.
NBA teams, Jimmy Butler 4, Reggie Miller 3. All defensive teams, Jimmy Butler 5, Reggie Miller 0.
Of course. Like, that was not Reggie's thing. That was not Reggie's thing.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Drink more water. The best defenders guarded Booker, not CP3.
Of course. I mean, no one's saying that.
You know they have equal points per game too.
Who?
Jimmy Butler,
Reggie Miller, Jimmy Butler.
18.2.
So you going with Jimmy Butler? Huh?
I'm leaning that way now. I'm looking at
Hell no.
Got
The
everybody
defense was
converted.
way harder, bro. This soft ass league. Anyway, Kendall Beltran, or Beltron. Donovan plays like trash in the second round. D-Book plays like trash in the Western Conference Finals. Level to this, give me Book.
Level to this. This nigga ain't sniffed shit. This nigga ain't sniffed shit until CP got there.
Josh Hart, Wu Young, Josh Hart and Grimes had Spider and Rikers.
Pass.
Who was that? Was that Aiden?
Oh, Warren.
Oh, if you don't dunk that, did it go in?
He tapped it in.
KD.
Oh, I was about to say, man, if you don't dunk that shit,
KD done came alive
KD
now.
cleaned it up. Yeah.
he's this reminiscent of the game 3.
Them 70-year-old legs getting going.
Bucker. Let me finish reading this shit. Drink more water. Did you guys see the all defensive teams? Giannis, AD, and Jaden McDaniels not making an all defensive team is criminal. How did Dylan Brooks qualify as a guard?
Didn't make it?
Yeah, that's crazy. How did Dylan Brooks qualify as a guard when he's a small forward? Mobley is overrated. Do you think that's what he was talking about? Not making the team? That tweet Giannis
Oh,
said?
Giannis said I'm being disrespected. Probably.
100%. We talk about arguably the most versatile defender in the NBA. How does he not make first team? Like,
Did they give it to Jaren Jackson?
Caruso, your boy from the Bucks. What's his name?
Lopez?
Blanking. The Bucks guard.
Oh, Drew.
Drew Holiday, Jaren Jackson, Brooke Lopez,
It was Jaren Jackson there.
Evan Mobley.
You picked Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, get Mobley out of here.
Well, Jaren Jackson.
Not first team.
Blocks is what it was.
Mobley could make it on the second. He not a better defender than Giannis.
No.
Why wouldn't it be Lopez though? That's his team, man.
Lopez was balling this year.
He was a better defensive player than Giannis.
He was
No, he
almost
wasn't better
defensive
than
player of the
Giannis.
year.
He
I
wasn't
think
better
that
than
Giannis
Giannis.
made him good
I mean, saying he was in the candidate for defensive player of the year.
because of Giannis.
Regardless.
Yeah, that's criminal as hell. Look, man. Look, I'm gonna be quiet.
Jaren Jackson, defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he deserves to be there. I was gonna say Jaren Jackson blocked shots.
Scott McCumber, the Lakers are going to win the West, and I hate it. I grew up in the Kobe and Shaq era and I always rooted for Portland, Sacktown, New Jersey, and the Pistons. LeBron is goated, though. I don't like watching him. All right. Jordan, again, this time with a super chat. If LA and Miami make finals, bubble wasn't an asterisk.
I got you.
Those are two different teams.
Things, though. That team, yeah.
Those are way two different teams.
Rob Costa, I love it when Joker Denver are playing because it means I can go to bed early. I kind of feel that, bro. Kendall again, Knicks overachieve because they have a top 3 point guard.
Top 3.
Brunson's top 3?
I say top 5.
Okay.
I ain't going top 3.
Who's top 3 right now?
De'Aaron Fox, Steph. Damn, I usually would say Dame,
Who?
but
Dame.
You can't say Dame.
I don't know if you can say Dame anymore. Bro.
Not this year.
I don't even think you can say Ja either.
What,
Not
point
this
guards?
Yeah.
SGA?
Why
30 a
why
game
can't we
is
say
I'll
I'll
give
make
you
all those
I'll give you that shit. I'll give you that shit this
SGA.
year. I'll give you that shit.
why can't we say Ja?
Not who, Ja?
Yeah, go
Not
ahead.
this year. Ja had too much
Disappointing.
going on.
Why can't we say Ja? Give me a reason why.
His regular season, a lot like your Donovan Mitchell, was amazing.
His regular season, how many games did he play?
He missed the last month.
Yeah, due to suspension.
And what did his team do in that month? Or something? It was like they were like 32 and 15.
He did well without him, yes.
Josh Giddey was more of a point guard too than SGA to me.
Proper kickback. Reggie Miller equals Glenn Rice. Reggie just played in New York. Oh, man. Y'all. Bro, I swear to God. Y'all
Hey, I like Glenn Rice though, boy.
When you get paired to a nigga named Glenn,
Glenn Rice can shoot that thing, boy.
Man, Rice had
Rice was nice.
cannon, boy.
hey,
Last
Playing for the
one.
Hornets that year.
William Pena. Do you guys think Sixers could win it all if they beat Boston?
no,
They could.
They could.
No, they can't.
Realistically
It's
speaking,
very
they
possible.
could because all you need is for Joel to get hot. These other teams ain't really proven to be dominant. So they're in the mix.
Joel can't miss no games in the series, and the way he's going right now, he's more likely to miss a couple of games. or at
Why?
least
Why
one.
you say that?
He's just always injured, bro.
Ooh,
He's always
boy.
got some injury.
That dude is on
Bruh.
fire right
I think
now.
if we're talking about the finals and if it's the Lakers, AD's gonna eat regardless. Well, not regardless, but AD's gonna eat if Embiid is not there.
He took 7 shots, got 19 points.
Donovan Mitchell can't hold his jockstrap right.
Nope.
What is going on with this dude, man? Did he get hurt?
The Nuggets are just cold. They're this quarter 3 or something from the field, so Denver's doing a good job of coming
Was that
back.
Murray who just fell down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murray's been weird this game. Like he doing all kind of crazy stuff.
He limping now.
Oh, he about to pull up again.
I'm about to say he made
Hey, Marty McFly said Reggie Miller is Eddie Jones with better marketing.
I feel bad with Eddie Jones, man.
Hey,
Got him.
preach.
Got him.
Don't do Eddie Jones like that, man. Kobe messed Eddie Jones up.
What did y'all think about Bronny going to USC as the
Oh, yeah, that was the
as the
last
fourth
one.
best player of that team?
That's fucked up.
What he get five? He get $5 million for playing that shit. He good.
Hey, he was gonna get $5 million regardless. That's his allowance from Bron.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
that's
I'm just saying, bro.
Not allowance.
He went to a stacked roster like his daddy.
He did. He did.
I wanted him to go to Ohio State though, because I wanted to see him play against like Michigan, Michigan
Why the hell he
State.
gonna go live in Ohio?
His daddy did it.
He had no
from there.
choice.
That's
All
what
he
I'm
gotta do is
staying
spend. He gotta
in
stay
LA.
3 months. He gotta spend a semester out there. He go back to LA.
I'm not even doing that, bro.
I'm not saying I
in
just-
LA.
I don't
What?
disagree with you.
Blood.
I don't
Yeah,
disagree
I don't know.
with you. Obviously, if you pick an LA or Columbus, Ohio,
LA.
it's an easy choice. I'm just talking about competition wise.
I don't care about
Big
none
Ten
of that.
competition seems better.
I'm
than
going
what-
to the league.
Yep.
I get 5.7 million for playing in LA. I ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He
All
not-
my friends out here, everybody trying to see me.
Joker.
That's great pick.
Oh, I thought that was Joker with that still.
Nah, was Joker out there guarding him? Yeah.
That was telegraphed like a mug.
Yeah, it was. That was a lazy pass. But shit, that was the last one. But good. The Sixers win it all if they beat Boston.
Yes.
Because they're gonna get by Miami.
Don't say that.
I think they can get by
They
Miami.
can. They
Yes.
can.
They
I think
can
they
get
win
by
it if they beat
Miami.
Boston.
Oh, I hope he's all right because they're gonna need him.
Yeah.
He's been balling. Win it all? I don't know. I mean, it depends on the matchup. If they play the Lakers, I don't see them beating the Lakers. But
I would
the
love
War-
to see that AD Joel matchup though.
Yeah, I think they could
That
beat
would be good prime
any
time,
one of these teams, and maybe the Warriors.
Yeah. And they ain't got to beat but one of these. One of the two.
If they go against Denver or LA, I don't see them beating them.
Yeah,
It's too deep. Too
Yeah,
deep
I
a
think
team.
Denver. I think Denver can beat Philly. I think LA would be interesting. I think they could beat Phoenix, and I definitely think they could beat Golden State just for the size matchup. It'll be interesting how Kerr decides how to play that.
I think the only team that would get him problems would be Denver.
Denver may be the best team in the West. If it was, I mean,
Was that a foul?
I just don't
I
feel
mean,
like
he
it.
did push him out of bounds. But anyway, that is it, man. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see what's what when we come back.
NFL
We'll have our
release.
NFL schedule releases
Thursday.
Thursday, and we'll have our Western Conference, Eastern Conference finals probably started by the Tuesday,
Yep.
depending on how these series go.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys then. We out. Peace.
Peace.